And now, the Corry Federal Credit Union presents Climber Sherman Panama Wolfpack Football play-by-play on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by the Corry Federal Credit Union, Lictus Oil Propane, Meerhoffs Furniture and Appliance, Jim's Automotive, Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, and Daniels Electric, Necker's General Store, the Cornerstone Restaurant, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services, Sherman Country General Store, Triple E Manufacturing, Tina Dill's Real Estate Agent, Crotty Chevrolet, Utegg's Body Shop, Countertop Solutions, J. Edwards Insurance. And now the Corry Federal Credit Union pregame show.
The Steelers of Lackawanna make an hour-and-a-half drive from South Buffalo to here at Jack Keeney Field in Panama, New York. The Steelers of Section 6's Class B are 4-0 on the season and average 57 points per game. The challenge for Lackawanna today, the 3-1 CSP Wolfpack. The Pack, whose only blemish on their schedule was a Week 1 loss to Waverly. This sets the stage for today's showdown in Section 6. We welcome you to the 98.9 Sports Stream. I'm Josh Hosier.
And I'm David Gardner.
David, nice to be back with you again today. A couple games with Doc, and now I'm back with you today. It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I work better when my microphone's on, so.
And you may be able to hear Doc in the background. He is the PA announcer for today's game in Panama, so he's here with us as well. Taking a look at Lackawanna, as I said in the open, they're a 4-0 team in Class B. They entered today with wins over Lewiston Porter, Dunkirk, Depew, and Albion, averaging 57 points a game in those games. They appeared to have a pretty good Depew team. Depew's 4-1. They look like a pretty solid football team. And that's their only loss is to Lackawanna, 60-27. Lackawanna's other three opponents are a combined 1-13 on the season. I'm not telling you that to diminish what they've accomplished. I'm just giving the facts. The Steelers are led by Amir Douglas, who is their leading receiver on the year. Tyrone Clark Jr., who is their sophomore running back with 909 yards through 4 games, averaging 14.2 yards per carry and 15 touchdowns on the season. And, of course, their defensive line has been a brick wall with LaFarrell Hines Jr. at defensive end and Sam Ikeguwanu playing defensive tackle. Ikeguwanu has 40 tackles, 25 for a loss, and 10 sacks on the season.
Well, that's not too many, is it?
Just a little bit.
Reminds me of Myles Garrett. Got to get my Browns plug in early.
Lackawanna is one of the top B teams in the section. B's broken up into 3 different leagues. So there's B1, B2, and B3. They are in the B3 league, and they are the top team in that league right now with an undefeated record. The other team that's going to be in competition for that league is Maryvale, who's we saw up in Waverly when they played right before CSP played Waverly. They played Tioga and lost to them.
I tell you what, there's a lot going on in Panama, Josh. I'm not sure if you knew that. That's where we are today. And there's a festival going on up the street, too. So it's great weather for football today. Great area. I love being here in Panama. I want to thank the high school for allowing us this opportunity to come into the crowded booth today and call some CSP football.
It is a crowded booth today, and actually it's a pretty full house out here in the stands as well. Pretty good turnout here for this home game. And, a non-class home game, you never really know what you're going to get. Next week being homecoming for CSP. Let's take a look at the Wolfpack. They moved to 3-1 on the season with a big victory last week over the FE Titans, 21-6, and that gave them sole possession of first place in Class D. 2 games left on the schedule in Class D for the Pack. Both those teams only have 1 win on the season.
Yeah, CSP has looked well. Even the first game of the year, Josh, even though they didn't win. Since then, they've really got a lot of momentum. I think this is going to be a really good game. Drown out all the noise on the side. These are 2 good football teams. And I expect a lot to go right for CSP today, and it's going to have to if they're going to win.
Yeah, I agreed. And for the Wolfpack, they're going to lean on that passing offense today. Leading the way for them obviously is going to be Tate Catney's. He continues to throw the ball over the field, 10 touchdowns, 784 yards passing on the season. On the ground, since our last game together when they played Randolph, Travis Owens has just become a workhorse for the CSP offense. They need 3 yards, he's getting 3 yards, maybe 3.5. And they've relied on Travis Owens to move the ball and be the bruiser for short yardage. All 3 star receivers getting in on the act. Carter Brink, 11 catches, 4 touchdowns. Alex Barmore, 19 grabs, 3 touchdowns. And, of course, Bryce Hinsdale, 24 catches on the season. That puts him 4th all-time in the state for receptions, and he's 5 away from a 3-way tie for 2nd.
But I tell you what, just an amazing kid and an amazing story, Bryce Hinsdale. And you said, I think, 25 more, and he'll actually tie the record or break the record for the state.
Yeah, he'll tie it at that point. So very, very doable with him, especially with the playoffs coming up. So we're going to go to the Coach's Corner next, I think, and we'll send it out to the CSP Coach's Corner, and we'll come back and get ready for the Lictus Oil and Propane kickoff.
Coach's Corner with CSP head coach Ty Harper is brought to you on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream by the following: Sherman Hotel, Steakhouse, and Saloon on West Main Street in Sherman. Phone 716-234-4020. Panama Pizza on Main Street in Panama. Phone 716-621-4030. Panama Auto Center on East Main Street in Panama. Phone 716-782-2110. Mosier's Carpeting on East Main Street in Clymer. MosiersCarpeting.com. Mama's Pizza on Main Street in Sherman. Phone 716-234-4014. Woods Auto Parts Napa on West Main Street in Sherman. Phone 716-761-6875. And by Lictus Oil and Propane and the Corry Federal Credit Union.
This is the CSP Coach's Corner with Josh Hosier. I'm here with Coach Ty Harper, the CSP Wolfpack. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Appreciate you having me.
Coach, last week was an impressive win over league rival of the FE Titans. Tell me how that game goes towards building your confidence for the season going forward.
Yeah, anytime we get a win over FE or any league rival for that matter, it's great for confidence. It's great to continue to build on the success that we've had early in the season. So hopefully we can take that momentum and keep it rolling forward here.
Your O-line got some accolades last week. Colton Rose was nominated for an Offensive Line Award, and I think Blaine Rumahi got an award after the game as well. So nice of them to get some recognition, but now they have a monster matchup with Sam Ikeguwanu, who is the big defensive tackle for the Lackawanna Steelers. Tell me, how do you prepare for a game with a guy like that? What's the outlook for you?
Yeah, first and foremost, proud of the guys for last week. Thought the offensive line, especially in pass protection, did an outstanding job. Colton and Blaine, you mentioned, they played a great game, but, Andrew Spiesman and Troy Chambers and Matt Redlecki as well, couldn't have been prouder of the offensive line last week for how they protected Tate. And I think Tate would be the first to tell you that, a lot of his success is coming from the offensive line playing well. So, yeah, proud of those guys. But what you mentioned about Lackawanna is certainly true. They got a giant defensive line headed by number 53 there, Sammy. Tremendous player, big, giant kid that can move. Not only is he 350 pounds, but he can move. He's got good feet. I don't know if you really can block a kid like that. I don't know who has a guy that can block a kid like that. So schematically, we're going to have to be sound. We've got a few things that we're going to try and do here to offset their size advantage. But yeah, Sammy's a great player. I think he's a 4-year starter for him. They've got a really nice defensive end that they moved to strength, number 9. I think his name's LaFerald Hines. He's a really good player too. They've got a lot of size on that D-line, and we're going to have to do some different things to try and counteract that.
Not just their defense. I heard you mention during practice to the team, they score a lot of points. It's kind of, been their staple in the B for the last couple of years. They're led by Amir Douglas and Tyrone Clark Jr. Clark has almost 1,000 yards already this season, halfway through the year. How do you slow those guys down?
Yeah, that's a great question too. I don't think anybody's figured it out yet. You mentioned Amir. I think he's their best football player, number 4. He can do it all. He can run, he can catch. He's got tremendous instincts on defense. He's a great player, so we're going to have to account for him. And like you said, Tyrone Clark, their tailback, outstanding player. I think he's already gotten an offer from Syracuse. He's only a sophomore. If you watch him on tape, they're not doing anything, crazy complicated. They're just very gifted and sound in what they do. And guys have to be gap responsible. Okay, we can't have multiple guys in the same gap. Can't have the defensive line and linebackers run past the ball. Got to be sound on cutback lanes. If they see a seam, they'll cut it back and they can be gone for 70, 80 yards. So it really just comes down to playing fundamentally sound football, controlling gaps, and tackling. Giving ourselves the best chance. So I think we're fully capable of doing those things, and hopefully we surprise some people this weekend.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this week.
Appreciate you. Go Wolfpack.
And that was the CSP Coach's Corner with Coach Ty Harper. We want to thank Coach Harper for doing that with us every week. Takes time out of his day every Tuesday or Wednesday to meet with me and go through the Coach's Corner. Great little piece that we're doing this year. As Coach mentioned, big game today for both teams. This is a great opportunity for both teams to test parts of their programs that they're not sure are their strengths right now. For CSP, it's certainly going to be the offensive line. They've got to contain the dominant defensive line of the Lackawanna Steelers. And for Lackawanna, it's their secondary. Their secondary has kind of been their weakness, knocked them out of the playoffs last year. This is certainly a team that's going to throw the ball against them.
Yeah, this game is more than about wins and losses to each team. It's about learning what your weaknesses are, like you said, Josh. Great point. And we're going to learn a lot about both these teams today. Boy, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen this many people at a football game here, Josh, in Panama, or this many people in the booth. There's a lot of things going on today. If it gets loud in the background, we do apologize. We've got some other announcers up here with us, and we're going to try to drown out some of that noise, Josh. And, Josh, you're going to be hanging out in the door.
Yeah, I'm going to be actually announcing from out the door of the press box. We'll see how that goes today. Can't be any worse than last week on the 30-yard line in Franklinville. We want to take a second to look at the Wolfpack players in college. We did this, started this with the Randolph game. We're going to keep doing it. Michael Willink, he was targeted twice, but he's recorded 0 catches for Heidelberg in their 48-10 loss to John Carroll last weekend. And Cam Barmore had 4 catches for 28 yards for Mercyhurst, who lost 25-24 to Frostburg State. Today, the Lakers host Buff State, and that game's already underway. Started about a half hour ago. Lakers up 10-0 already. Although on their website they don't list individual player stats, so we don't know exactly how Cam's doing, but his team's winning.
Go Mercyhurst.
Great news for Cam. I mean, he's had a great breakout year. I saw that the Ravens were at practice the other day checking out some of their players, so he's getting some exposure as well.
Are you talking about the Baltimore Ravens?
That's correct.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't come.
Taking a look around Class D, I think this is important. And by the way, you can hear Doc in the background probably as he's pretty loud in the background. He's doing the senior announcements for Senior Day. There's 20 CSP seniors today. That's a lot of seniors.
Well, that tells you it's going to be a different team next year, doesn't it?
For sure. Diving into Class D, Gowanda played Cardinal O'Hare last night. They won 51-0. They moved to 3-2 on the season, 2-1 in Class D. Cat Little Valley visited Wilson last night, and Wilson prevailed 39-14 for their first win of the season. So Wilson and Cat Little Valley both go to 1-4. And then FE took on Randolph last night as the Cardinals opened their brand new field out there in Randolph. Beautiful turf field they've put in out there. And the Cardinals prevailed 54-17 in a kind of a blowout fashion over FE to move to second in Class D at this time. So those games in the mirror, Class D looks like this. CSP is 3-1 with 3-0 in class. Randolph and Gowanda both 2-1 in class and 3-2 overall. FE's 2-3 overall, 1-2 in class. And Cat Little Valley and Wilson both 1-4 overall. Wilson 1-2 in class and Cat Little Valley 0-3. So CSP plays the 2 worst teams left in Class D to finish the season. Other than that, there's this game against Lackawanna, and then they play Lakeshore for homecoming next week. Kind of a easier home stretch for the Pack. As a matter of fact, taking a look at those last couple games that they have, each of those opponents have only won 1 game so far this season.
Yeah, CSP definitely has the ball in their court to finish out this division as a role. And, we expect them highly to be in the playoffs, of course. And I'm pretty sure every team in the division makes the playoffs.
Yeah, for D, everybody makes it. Top 2 seeds get a first-round bye. That's why it's important to kind of take the lead early. And I think the Wolfpack, at this point, have secured a top 3 finish at least. If they were to lose both games, they could fall to 3rd. But they're at least going to be a top 3 team in class going into the playoffs. So a win against Wilson in 2 weeks would secure the top seed for the Wolfpack.
And one step closer to the ultimate goal.
Taking a look around other Wolfpack games, take a look at the JV and the Modified, and this is a new thing I started last week. Modified Wolfpack faced Olean Thursday night. After the long hour and 15-minute drive out to Olean, the Modified Wolfpack got the job done, 33-0 over the Huskies, and they moved to 3-1 on the season. And then earlier this morning, at 10 a.m. start in Sherman, the JV Wolfpack won 29-6 over Depew. The JV now moves to 5-0 on the season, and pretty dominant from the younger Wolfpack teams.
Yeah, those feeder systems are important as you get, the kids get playing together and they get up to the next level. They've already had a few years together.
Yep, absolutely. The only other thing, that I think is important to mention about that is this coaching staff is so well intertwined. All those coaches are on the sideline right now, but you see when you go to those other games, the Modified, JV, if these varsity coaches can be there, they will be there, and they support those younger kids right up through. Same thing with the youth program. We see a lot of the support coming down to that level now. And now that we've combined the youth program this year and have a CSP youth program, it's only going to help feed it. From 5 years old until senior year, they're going to play together.
Yeah, and it builds those relationships between the players and coaches at all the different ages. And it's important when you're a student of the game, it's important to trust the coach, and it builds those relationships early when you do it that way.
Absolutely. Doc is finishing up with the senior recognition as we're getting very close to game time here. I'm going to real quick read off those seniors' names for the Wolfpack, and then we'll probably go to commercial for the national anthem. Let's go to commercial now for the national anthem, actually.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack football is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartanburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is powered by Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for being a major sponsor of CSP Sports.
Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Countertop Solutions, a proud supporter of Wolfpack athletics. Countertop Solutions wishes the Wolfpack luck in their pursuit of excellence on the field. Support for Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Crotty Chevrolet, located at 45300 Route 6 at the Y in Columbus. Crotty Chevrolet is proud to support the CSP Wolfpack. Play hard, believe in yourself and each other. Vehicles are available for viewing online at crottychevy.com. Phone is 814-581-4094. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Crotty Chevrolet for their support.
CSP Wolfpack coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street, Corry, PA. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at Flicks Heating, Plumbing, and AC.com. We thank Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing for their support of Wolfpack football coverage.
Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance, with offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. J. Edwards Insurance is always available for a review of your home, auto, and business insurance. We treat you like family. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
CSP Wolfpack football coverage is brought to you on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream by Jim's Automotive, located at 13250 Route 6 in Corry. Phone 814-664-9602. Offering a full line of auto parts, propane filling, and more. Jim's Automotive wants to wish the best of luck to the Wolfpack this season.
And welcome back to Jack Keeney Community Field. The CSP starting offense being announced right now as we get ready for things to get started here. program delayed just a little bit because of that senior recognition, and I was going to announce those seniors' names on the air, so we'll do that now. Tate Katnies, Carter Brink, Bryce Hinsdale, Alex Barmore, Colin Ryan, Jordan Mescal, Carson Penzock, Dalton Richter, Timothy White, Travis Owens, Austin Graves, Isaiah Burkholder, Reed D. Domenico, Michael Johnson, Blaine Rumahi, Andrew Spiesman, Cameron Christensen, Alex Redlecki, Noah Skarzinski, Colton Rhodes, and Jack Ayers. Catch my breath after that. I don't know how Doc pulled that off.
Well, I tell you what, that was a lot of starters on that list you just named, Josh.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a different look next year for the Wolfpack. And it's exciting at the same time as it is tough to lose some of these guys, because the next class is going to step up and have their chance, and that is part of what this program is about now. It's about reloading, not rebuilding.
Well, a lot of excitement in the air today. They just announced CSP Lackawanna going to be taking the field here shortly. This is going to be an amazing game, I have a feeling, Josh.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one to announce today. Should be some high-flying offense from both sides. Lackawanna is certainly going to be running, and CSP obviously more of a passing team this season.
Yep, we're about moments away from the national anthem.
And we will send you back to commercial for the national anthem. We'll see you back in just a moment.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage is sponsored by Meerhoffs Furniture and Appliance, providing refrigeration, cooking, dishwashers, and laundry appliances, and furniture for bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and more. Meerhoffs is located at 128 West Smith Street in Corry, and online at meerhoffs.com. Channel 98.9 Sports thanks Meerhoffs for their support.
Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack football is provided by Sherman Country General Store at 177 West Main Street in Sherman, providing gasoline, groceries, and more. Phone 716-761-6181. Go Wolfpack from Sherman Country General Store.
Support for CSP Wolfpack football coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP, licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listing area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Support for coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Triple E Manufacturing and Design. Triple E Manufacturing and Design offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Located at 117 Osborne Street in Sherman and at tripleemfg.com. Phone 800-295-4282. The Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream thanks Triple E Manufacturing and Design for their support.
Welcome back to Jack Keeney Community Field here in Panama as we are getting ready for the captains to take center field for the coin toss. And pretty cool little moment right there for me. My daughter just sang the national anthem.
Well, I tell you what, amazing job of singing the national anthem. I don't know if she gets that from you or maybe from the other half.
Certainly not from me.
But I tell you what an amazing job. And as a father, you must be really proud, Josh.
Yes, a couple of times I've heard her sing this year. She did State Line Speedway a couple times as well. So neat to have the opportunity to have her on the air and appear in the press box to do that. So captain's going to the middle of the field now. And, everyone's kind of anxious to get this thing started. We're starting a little bit late. Key to the game, in your opinion?
The key to the game, I think, for CSP is just going to keeping the ball on offense. They're going to have to do what they've done all year long, control the pace of the game, strong run, strong pass attack, keep the defense guessing. CSP, if they're going to win this game, they are going to have to play flawless for all four quarters.
Yeah, I think that's a good key to the game. I think the other thing for CSP is you got to test this Lackawanna secondary. You've got to take shots downfield. You can't be predictable because that's one of the things that they're going to expect, that wide receiver screen, that short slant, the same plays that CSP runs almost every week. They've got to vary it up, be a little bit more unpredictable, catch them off guard.
Yeah, we're going to see the first possession of the game is going to be a huge possession, I think, for both teams. CSP is not going to want to play from behind in this game, so they're going to have to jump out early. And, for Lackawanna, what they're going to have to do is just play their style of football. They're a fast, strong team, and if they're going to beat CSP, they're going to have to do that for all 4 quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Wolfpack has been very successful at scoring quickly other than 2 times this year. They didn't score quickly against Waverly, though. They marched right down the field to score. And then they did not score quickly against Franklinville-Ellicottville, which turned into a bit of a slugfest until they pulled away later in the game.
And the thing about this offense for CSP is they can strike, and they can strike often. So even if they do fall behind, in a matter of minutes, as we've seen so far this year, they can score multiple touchdowns quickly.
And, CSP is going to try to get the ball in the hands of playmakers right off the bat. Sawyer Whitney will be back to receive this kick, as well as Gavin Berchanowski. So 2 real fast young guys back there to get this thing started for the Wolfpack.
The Steelers of Lackawanna will be kicking off to the Wolfpack of CSP. And talk about the kickers for both teams, if you can, Josh.
Yeah, well, CSP obviously has a great kicker, and they have sorry, I got handed the officials for today's game. They have Hinsdale, Bryce Hinsdale to kick off for them. And for Lackawanna, Tyrone Clark Jr., their running back, is setting up to kick off. I don't think he's their kicker. This could be a little trickery to get things started here. They're lined up to kick. There's the whistle, and we're ready to get going here. Clark back to kick. Here he comes. And the boot is away. A good kick down to about the 20-yard line, fielded there. And there he goes. Gavin Berchanowski takes off for 17 yards on the kick return. Great start from the young man, a sophomore for CSP.
Yeah, CSP will take over first possession, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And it's going to be one of those things where CSP is going to try to use speed and talent to beat the much bigger and stronger Lackawanna Steelers. There you see the first look at number 53, Sam Ikeguanu.
But I tell you what, if it looks like the camera's a little shaky, Josh, it's put the best way we can up here.
Ikeguanu, a 6'4", 350, playing defensive tackle. We'll see how Colton Rhodes does against him. He's over the nose. There's the snap, and Katniss will throw to his right. He throws, he completes the pass, and a gain of about 4 on the play. That is Colin Ryan on the catch.
Yeah, Colin Ryan on the catch, and it's a gain of about 4 yards. Josh, we talked earlier in the season, 3-3-3 on each play, put you down at 4th and 1.
In the shotgun again for the Wolfpack. Katniss now shifts the entire receiving core. They'll all switch sides. We'll go 3 wide to the close side to us. There's the snap. A pitch to the left, and Owens is met in the backfield. He loses about a yard or 2 on the play. Tackle made in there by LaFarrell Hines Jr., the senior defensive end.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Sam Ikeguanu got over there from the defensive tackle position. He initially got in the backfield and then was quick enough to get to the outside.
Yeah, big guy with lots of speed. That's part of the challenge with him. So now Katniss in the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Going to go 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Waiting for the snap now. And there it is. He's got time, throws to his right. He has his man, a completion, gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Not enough for the CSP first down. And
it's going to come about 3 yards short. Think they're going to punt, Josh?
Yeah, I think they're going to punt. I'm not sure who caught that pass. I was trying to figure that out. Actually, I believe it was Jordan Mescal on the play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I like the CSP did there. Those quick passes coming out, it's going to force the defense to have to really hone down, and then you can get beat deep on those.
CSP lining up to go for it here on 4th down. 2 backs in the backfield. And they did have Ikeguanu move there, but not enough to draw the flag. And the hard count from Tate and the timeout.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. Doesn't hurt anything to try the hard count there. Now, I would imagine if they would have snapped that ball when Ikeguanu moved, do you think they would have gotten a penalty, or don't you think it was
close.
enough?
His head was certainly across the line. I don't know. It would have been a ticky-tack call either way. So 4th and 3 now for the Wolfpack in a 0-0 game. 10:04 to play here in the first quarter. And not exactly the start CSP wanted. They did move the ball a little bit, but not enough to get a first down.
Yeah, but now they're going to have to come out and do something they've also done well this year, and that's play defensively. That's what they're going to be forced to do after they punt the ball to Lackawanna.
And we know Lackawanna, Michael Moore is their starting quarterback. He doesn't throw the ball a ton. They do have a new quarterback on the roster, a transfer who came back to the area, and that's Sherrod Bernard, who used to be a quarterback for Bennett.
Got two guys back, including Amir Douglas.
And as we said in pregame and Coach said in the coach's corner, Amir Douglas is dangerous. He's someone to keep an eye on. There's the boot from Hinsdale, and he's going to hang that one so neither one of them have a chance to return it. Takes a really nice CSP bounce down to about the 11-yard line, and that's where Lackawanna will take over.
Yeah, I think a good punt there. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. CSP football.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack football is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
9:53 to play in the first quarter, 0-0, and Lackawanna will take their first possession, starting at their own 11-yard line. They come out with two backs in the backfield, two wide to the right. And there's the handoff to Clark right up the middle, and short gain on the play, and the Wolfpack swarmed to the ball. And man, I think Colin Ryan led the way, but they were all over that one.
Yeah, like Doc likes to say, a pack of wolves on the tackle.
And as you called it there, he calls it on the PA. So second and, let's say 7 for the Steelers now.
I like how Lackawanna came out and spread with the receivers. The defense, though, didn't buy it. They stayed in tight.
Yeah, this is a team that runs the ball, something like 75% of the time. So two backs in the backfield again. There's the snap. Handoff to Clark right up the middle. And he fumbles the football, and it's recovered by CSP. Man, he got hit by Colin Ryan. The ball popped out, and Timothy White comes up with a ball for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and boy, I tell you what, first break goes to the Wolfpack, and 77 also for CSP on the tackle. Colton Rhodes, yeah. And the ball came out. I tell you what, the middle linebacker, and I didn't catch the number, was it Ryan, I believe, came up the middle and forced the running back to move to his left, and I think that kind of threw the whole play off. It would have been close to a first down, though.
Yeah, he was
just
about there. So the CSP will take over at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Is that right? No, they're at the 26 or 24-yard line. And Catneys looks to pass. He's being chased. He throws it up, and there's nobody there. He throws it away. And I think that was just a safety play for Catneys to get rid of the ball so he didn't give up the sack. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Wolfpack now with 9:06 to play in the first quarter in a 0-0 game.
Yeah, I like the aggression of Coach Harper to come out quickly after you get a turnover, try to catch him off guard, try to get a quick 6.
And it was interesting that time. It looked like Blaine Rumahi had Sam Ikeguanu one-on-one, no double team, and he was able to keep him out of the backfield. Flag I didn't see, intentional grounding on the Wolfpack is going to bring them back now. I thought he was outside the tackle, but I know in PA they changed that rule. Maybe in New York they have as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough penalty. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down.
15-yard penalty?
I guess it is 15.
Is it a spot foul? Is that why? From where he threw it?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is from the spot of the foul.
So they'll be at the 40-yard line now. So 2nd and 25, 26 yards.
Yeah, I think Coach Harper's having a discussion here with the official about.
Yeah, I mean, you have to challenge this as a coach, but you don't want to push too hard right now. This is too early in the game to get yourself in trouble. But you got to say, hey, listen, that's probably one of those calls that breaks somebody's back, and we don't want that. So we'll see how the Wolfpack responds now. A 2nd in a mile.
I'd run a draw play.
And Catney is in the shotgun with Colin Ryan beside him. Nope, sorry, it's Travis Owens beside him. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Waiting for the snap now. Hinsdale in motion. There's the snap. Catneys looks to throw. He's got some time. He fires. He completes it to Alex Barmore. And Barmore, he gains maybe 4 on the play. I wouldn't say it was a lot.
Yeah, I do like to play getting the ball into your playmakers' hands and letting them make a play. But I think there was a missed opportunity on a draw as the defense was split pretty wide on the D-line.
So now it'll be third and a mile for the Wolfpack. I think it's 3rd and 24. They'll go 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And Ryan in the backfield with Catneys. Now Hinsdale moving across the formation. There's the snap. He has a little bit of time. It's a draw play, and Ryan is met in the backfield, but he breaks one tackle before being dragged down about at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to say no gain on the draw play for Colin Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan did a good job to hang on to that ball. He caught it, got hit, it popped up a little bit. He managed to keep control and get back to the line of scrimmage. And it's a tough fourth down here, Josh. It's 4th and long. You have to punt the ball back.
Well, I think you have a great kicker in Bryce Hinsdale. Give him a chance to do that corner coffin punt and see if he can't bury them deep here.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what they're going to do, but I would imagine there would be a punt here.
Yeah, punt team on the field for sure. Back for Lackawanna is Tyrone Clark Jr. and Amir Douglas. Waiting for the snap now to to Hinsdale. Timothy White coming across the formation. There's the snap. And he gets it off. A nice kick. Nice high kick. Dropping in at about the 5 and taking a bounce. CSP saves it at the 1 from going into the end zone, but there is a flag. The flag is about halfway down the kick return, or the punt return.
Yeah, I believe he did call a touchback anyway.
See what the flag call here is. The refs meeting at the 35-yard line to discuss what exactly was saw by the line judge on the near sideline.
Yeah, they're discussing it, and that one official did signal that it was a touchback, but
yeah, Chris Payne's certain that it's a holding on Lackawanna. We'll see what the call. Yes, it is.
Holding Lackawanna.
It certainly was. So that's a significant change. Going to reset everything here for the Wolfpack. The thing is, they've already moved the chains and everything.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do now. They should put it back at the 10, right?
Yeah, so CSP was at the 40, so the ball should be at the 30-yard line. Right? They're going to make them re-kick it.
But did
so it'll be 4th and 10 for the Wolfpack?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly exactly what's going on here.
And I can hear the other announcers in the booth here for Western New York Athletics are having the exact same conversation we are. They don't know what's happening exactly either. So they will move the ball to the 30. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. I don't think anyone knows what's happening. Tate Catney's back on the field. CSP's offense is back out there.
The first down marker is showing on over on Lackawanna's side, but let's get a little bit of clarification here. They're going to re-kick. It's going to be 4th and 10.
He's marking off more. He just marked off 2 more yards.
4th down and 8. Now I say you go for it.
I mean, now you're all the way back down inside the 30 again. And they will. They'll come out with the offense to go for it here. This just changed the entire dynamic of the situation here for the Wolfpack. And Catneys will come out in the shotgun. 7:27 to play. 4th and 8 at the 28-yard line.
So with the holding, it must have been before the kick.
And now there's going to be some discussion. Officials called together again on the far side over by Lackawanna. And you have to assume their coach is in their ear trying to get some clarification on some of what just happened there.
Yeah, so if it's before the kick, then it would be a pre-kick penalty. And if it's after the kick, it's a post-kick.
It was one of those moments where you wish the ref was mic'd up because it's going to be hard to tell exactly what the call is here.
And now the ball is being moved as a little, okay. Your guess is as good as mine right now.
There is a ball in front of Colton Rhodes, so that's the ball. As far as I know, the ball is still going to be at the 28-yard line. All 4 officials, except for the linemen on this side, all together over there on the far side. The Lackawanna coach is all right there. And you can only drag this out for so long. You got to make a call and go with it.
And they're actually throwing now a flag against the coach of Lackawanna. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty.
And that should give the Wolfpack a first down.
It'll be an automatic first down, correct?
That is a huge call right there. Absolutely huge. And that's a mistake a coach cannot make this early in a game this big.
Yeah, and I'm sure if I'm the coach for Lackawanna, what I'm asking is, how is the penalty, how is it still CSP ball if it was a post-kick foul? And I think there was a little bit of miscommunication on the clarification on that.
And the Lackawanna coaches are still arguing with all the officials. Several coaches on the field arguing with the officials at this time.
Yeah, and they got to be careful because they don't want to get kicked out of the game at this point.
Yeah, I see they pulled their head coach back. I see he's back out of the main scrum, so to speak. Looks like it's a special teams and offensive coordinator coaches that are still arguing the call. And the head coach is now moving on to talk to his team. He says, come on, get over here. We can't do this. We got to move on.
Yeah, I think it's time to get back to playing some football here.
One of the coaches is really giving it to the officials over there, isn't he? Look at him. He's going nuts. Never thought we'd be commentating on a coach going absolutely bananas, but that's what we have here.
Yeah, as I'm going to turn the camera away from that silliness going on down there. As we proceed here through the first quarter, Josh, I want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring CSP football for you here. And when we get back to football, I'll put the camera back on the football.
Absolutely. And, we do have some great sponsors that have made this happen for us. And, how about, just the schools also helping us get this done because, all three schools come together. They make time for us. We get to Coach's Corner. We get into the booth and get set up plenty of time before a game. A lot of really great support we get from all three schools as well. So thank them for that, as well as our sponsors. And it looks like we might be getting back to football.
Yeah.
They do call the unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lackawanna coaching staff, which will give the CSP a first down. Waiting for them to mark off that penalty now as they finally settled this, and they're going to waiting still for them to mark off the penalty. This has really been like a 10-minute delay in the game at this point, though.
This is almost as good as the extra 3 minutes you get after halftime that Doc absolutely loves.
This is certainly changing the complexity of the game. Both teams have had time to kind of talk about some things here, like extended timeouts. And the Wolfpack, by the way, are going to be in the red zone here with a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. First and 10 at the 14.
That's what it appears right now.
And they're already ready to go. The Wolfpack on the line. Cat knees in the shotgun. And a 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And 7:27 to play here in the first quarter. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. He's got time. He fires. He can. Pass is incomplete. Dropped on that side by Alex Barmore.
Going to bring up a second down. Now, you get about 10 minutes of not playing football there. It's nice to come out and be able to get a play off.
Yeah.
And
Alex Barmore, normally a very sure-handed receiver, so that's kind of an unusual drop for him. I'm sure he'll shake it off. And now 3 wide to the right, and they'll all move to the left. And Hinsdale goes to the right by himself, way out to the sideline. Waiting for the snap. There it is. A quarterback keep run to the left. He gets around the corner. He's down to the 5 and knocked out of bounds somewhere between the 5 and the goal line. That is a great carry there by Tate Catneys, and I think that's the first time CSP's tried to run the ball this whole game.
Yeah, I think the second play of the game, I think they had a pitch out that didn't really go anywhere. But after that, you're right, Josh. It's really the first time the Catneys has taken off. It's 3rd down and manageable now.
He didn't get a great spot. I thought he was a little closer than that. They're going to spot him right around the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Here he's back to pass, looking, firing over Hinsdale's head, and late contact with the quarterback. Not called, though. LaFaro Hines in there very late, but gets away with one there, and now CSP faces 4th and 4 from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and although I believe they're going to kick the field goal, and I know points are important, but I think against this Lackawanna team, you really got to take advantage of this. I would have liked to have seen them go for it, but they're going to go ahead for the field goal attempt.
Lined up for the field goal attempt. It's going to be a 26-yarder. Waiting for the snap, the hold, kick is up, and Hinsdale is hit after the kick. No good, and no flag for the hit on the kicker. And that kind of silences the home crowd here a little bit.
Sometimes when you're a coach and having, experienced this in the couple of years that I was coaching is when you get in that official's ear, sometimes you win calls later in the game by getting in their ear.
Absolutely.
And, I'm not saying that's what happened, but Lackawanna will take back possession.
So they'll start at their own 10. I mean, that's not a great place to be starting at, but that's where they'll be. And, for them now, they got to dig out of their own end. They got to do something offensively here. The Wolfpack's defense has got to stand up and keep them right where they're at. So look at this offensive formation. This is going to be like a heavy set for Lackawanna. 1 wide to each side, everybody else in the box. And we wait for them to get set. Clark Jr., the tailback. And Moore under center now. Calls for the snap. Gives it to Clark. Clark around the left side. He breaks one tackle. He breaks another. He's off to the races. Only one man who could catch him. And Barmore does chase him out of bounds after about a 40-yard gain for the Steelers.
Yeah, and I tell you what, great blocking, a seal block on the outside, and he was shot out of a cannon, Josh, and good job by Barmore to force him out of bounds, though.
And we've heard about it all week. Tyrone Clark Jr. is a game changer, and there's that speed and that ability that we have heard about from him. So now it'll be first down for the Steelers at the CSP 45. 7:05 to play here in the first quarter, still scoreless. And there's the snap. Give to Clark on the right side. He gets through the hole, and he's tackled there in the secondary. Play made for CSP by Carson Pinzock.
Sometimes as a coach, when you get fiery on the sidelines like Coach did on the previous series, that lights a fire into your team too. And this has been a different Lackawanna we've seen in the second possession.
Yeah, after that long stoppage and the penalty on the coach, they certainly have come out with some fire here. They break their huddle and come to the line. Same formation we've seen from them this whole drive so far. Moore under center. 6:45 to play. Give to Clark on the left. And, it is Amir Douglas. And he gets away to the left side down to about the 11-yard line where he's run out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, Andrew Spiesman had him in the backfield, but an offensive lineman fell on him, and he was unable to finish the tackle.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Steelers now just moving the ball. They're approaching the goal line here, and CSP is going to have to find a way to make a stop.
It'll be first and goal at the 9-yard line, 10-yard line for Lackawanna. Moore under center again, two backs in the backfield. There's the snap, the give to the right side, and it's Douglas. He gets past one man and then trips on his own at the 5, and Colin Ryan on top real quick there to secure the tackle.
Yeah, running back went down a little awkward there. Hopefully he's okay.
And CSP's got to slow him down here as Lackawanna has marched straight down the field now in about a minute. They've gone from their own 10 to the CSP 5. Lackawanna still in the huddle. 0-0 game still here. Now they break their huddle, and it's going to be that same formation that we've been seeing this whole drive. Lackawanna's offensive line outsizing CSP by quite a bit, and they're trying to take advantage of that on this drive. Tyrone Clark at tailback. There's the snap. The give to Clark to the right, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. He gains maybe 1 or 2 on the play, and Jordan Mescal leading the way for the Wolfpack, and Bryce Hinsdale there with him. So it'll be 3rd and 4.5, or 3rd and 3.5 for the Lackawanna Steelers here. Lackawanna to the line. Moore under center. Clark the deep back, and Moore with a quarterback sneak, and I don't know, he's very close to the goal line. He is in. Touchdown Steelers. So the quarterback keeper for 4 yards to draw first blood.
Touchdown by Lackawanna. They were able to hold off CSP after the turnover.
And Lackawanna playing to their strength, the big offensive line, just powering them down the field. And now they're going to line up for 2 here. Moore will be under center. Clark the tailback. There's the give to Clark. He's hit in the backfield, but drives the pile forward, and the extra point attempt is good. So 2-point conversion for Lackawanna makes it 8-0 here on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
Support for Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Utegg's Body Shop in Corry, offering collision repair and refinishing along with frame straightening services. 699 East Smith Street in Corry or at uteggsbodyshop.com. Phone 814-663-2562. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Utegg's Body Shop for their support.
Jack Sports Images is a supporter of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream, providing photography for sporting events, competitions, and social media support. Images from select CSP football matchups and the complete photo gallery are available at jacsportsimages.com.
And we welcome you back to Jack Keeney Community Field here in Panama, New York. It's 8-0. Lackawanna leads CSP with 5:13 to play in the first quarter. Lackawanna about to kick off to the Wolfpack. Back deep for the Wolfpack, Gavin Burchanowski, and there's the kick. Oh, not a very deep kick. It's caught there at the 30-yard line by Carson Pinzock. He returns it for about 3 yards up to the 32, and that's where CSP will start their drive.
CSP needs to have an answer to the Lackawanna drive of last time. One of those answers needs to be holding on to the ball a little bit, giving your defense a little bit of a rest.
Certainly, and I think the Wolfpack, they had the fumble recovery, were unable to turn that into points, and now they're going to have to actually have a sustained drive at this point.
7-0 CSP trails. 8-0, I apologize.
Yep, 8-0. So empty backfield for Katniss as he's in the shotgun. There's the snap. He has time, he throws, and he has Hinsdale, and a gain of about 11 for Bryce there. That's his first catch of the game.
Yeah, it was a nice catch, keep his foot in bounds as well.
So Bryce now 4 catches away from that second place tie on the receptions list. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack now. Just a yard short of midfield. Empty set again. There's the snap. Katniss with time. Throws that wide receiver screen to Barmore. Barmore breaks a tackle. He's off to the races. He's at the 40, the 30. Breaks a tackle, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Alex Barmore. Alex Barmore to the house from 51 yards out.
That is the response I was asking for.
And how about that play? Alex Barmore just showed an incredible burst and beat all of those defenders down the sideline.
Yeah, you talked about the secondary of Lackawanna, Josh, of being contested, and there it was.
And great back and forth on the play calling for CSP. First they go to one side, they go to Hinsdale, then they come back, and it's to the same side of the field, but it's the short side to Barmore. Katniss back in the shotgun on the 2-point conversion. He takes off to his right. He fires the ball, and it's swatted in there. Tyrone Clark swats it away. 2-point conversion unsuccessful for the Wolfpack.
Well, I tell you what, now 8-6 now is your score, and that missed field goal earlier now is the difference in the game.
And, I think that you said before that drive started, the Wolfpack had to answer. I thought a couple first downs would have been a good answer there, but hey, we'll take the 51-yard touchdown from Katniss to Barmore. And the Wolfpack now maybe has the momentum a little bit as they get ready to kick off to Lackawanna.
Yeah, I think the camera guy did a good job on actually following that one, Josh.
I definitely didn't last week, so thank you for that. We're trying to get this camera thing down for you guys, and it's a little bit of a different challenge than just announcing the game. So apologies for any shaky views or not great angles we've had in the past couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm actually holding the camera now. I'm holding the tripod and everything, trying to get the best view for all the viewers.
So Bryce Hinsdale gets ready to kick off. He had a catch on that drive before Alex Barmore had the big one. And deep for Lackawanna is Amir Douglas and Tyrone Clark Jr. Obviously, you're not going to want to try to kick it to either of those guys if you can help it. And an onside kick attempt goes the distance, but is caught there. And it's caught by number 51, Noah Ortiz. And he was pretty sure-handed for an offensive lineman. And Lackawanna will start at the midfield.
Yeah, I like the approach. I like the aggressiveness of Coach Harper. He's definitely showing everything he can. And the reason is you don't want Lackawanna to feel like it's a rhythmic game for them. You want to keep them guessing and keep them thinking.
Yeah, and the empty set's something I don't know if we've seen from the Wolfpack too much this year. So that was definitely something new to show Lackawanna. Now the onside kick, and now Lackawanna will start at midfield. There's the snap, the handoff to Clark, and he's forward, breaks a couple tackles, and Carter Brink had him. He's still caught away again, and he's finally dragged down there by Colton Rhodes.
Yeah, it's going to take a pack of wolves to tackle that running back. They can't just hit him. They have to wrap up and stop him in his tracks.
And Tyrone Clark's been doing this to everybody, right? For 2 years, he's been running over a lot of teams. You got to get to him. You got to stay where you're supposed to be, and you got to hold on until somebody else gets there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lackawanna at the 33-yard line. There's the snap, a bad snap. Moore snatches it up, and he gets gobbled up. He gets it to Clark, but Clark is hammered immediately by Colton Rhodes. A flag late, and I wonder if they're going to call that a hold on Lackawanna.
They are. Yeah, definitely was a hold. Good call, Josh.
Great effort by the Wolfpack there, getting in the backfield and disrupting that play. 4 members of the pack in the backfield on that one.
And that's response defensively. Offensively, Lackawanna is able to move down the field, but they've made a couple mistakes in this game now. A fumble early, and then a botched play there, and you can't do that too many times against the CSP defense.
So the penalty marked off, and it'll be first and I guess we'll call it 20 at the 43-yard line. 4:03 to play here in the first quarter. 8-6 Lackawanna leads. There's the snap, a handoff up the middle, and Colin Ryan and Andrew Spiesman get there. He actually got a great second effort and got another yard or two out of it before going down, but Spiesman and Ryan are there for the tackle.
Yeah, but that's what you have to do. You have to get that penetration early. You have to make the running back think. Once he's hit right away, he's got to decide, go left or right, and that's where CSP is good at swarming to the ball.
So it'll be 2nd and 16 for the Steelers. 3:35 left in the first quarter. And it's the shotgun formation. There's the snap. He'll throw the wide receiver screen to my side. Pass completed to Orlando Taylor, and he's hammered by Colin Ryan after a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, I thought there was a block in the back missed on that play too, but good job by the defense.
So Bryce Hinsdale stepped up on the outside, turning that guy back inside, and Colin Ryan was there to finish it. 3rd and, let's call it 14 now for Lackawanna.
Josh, if you're Lackawanna and you don't pick up this first down, depending on, I guess, the spot, if you're inside 5 yards, of course, go for it. But what if not?
I don't know how good their kicker is, probably not that good, so I think you try to pin CSP deep. Here we go, shotgun snap. Moore drops the snap. He gets it back up, and there is the defense. And he is sacked. Andrew Spiesman and Brian Gomez on the sack for the Wolfpack, and this place erupts. Well, I think that takes away the decision-making part of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you got to punt now. The CSP player came away with the ball, but the quarterback was down first, they said. They're going to actually mark the forward progress about another 2 yards forward.
Yeah, right about the 45-yard line. So 4th and 22.
Yeah, that's what I talked about. Lackawanna's, when they've had a clean snap and handoff, they've been able to move the ball, but they've had a couple miscues.
So Moore in the backfield. They're not lined up in a punt formation here.
Yeah, he's going to punt it from there, I believe. I still think he's going to punt it.
Little pooch punt. No, he's looking to throw to his left. He fires deep over the middle, and he completes a pass. And he hit it, Amir Douglas, but I think it's about 4 yards short of the first down.
Yeah.
It's as good as a punt, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think at that point, if it's incomplete, it's a bad call. But you complete it, it's a good call.
Well, and Michael Moore showing off the arm there. That's probably the farthest downfield pass I've seen them take. So nice little completion there for about 16 for Lackawanna, but not enough for the first down. And the Wolfpack will get the ball back. So this is the defensive stand that they needed.
We got 1:50 left here in the first quarter. The score is 8-6. CSP is trailing the Steelers of Lackawanna.
3 wide to the right. Cadney's looks to throw. Now he's running to his left. He gets away from one man. He flips it up out of the air, way out of bounds. And he got to the edge and just threw it away.
Yeah, and that time they made sure it was over, near a receiver. No intentional grounding on that one.
Kurt Stevens Jr. was the big defensive tackle who was after him, and there was no getting away from that big man. He had to get rid of the ball quickly. So 2nd and 10 now for the Wolfpack. 1:44 to play in the first quarter.
I like those wide receiver screens that were working early. I hope CSP goes back to those.
3 wide to the left. Now they'll send Pinzak across the formation, or Richter across the formation. Cadney's looks to throw. Now he runs, running to his left, and he's hit and brought down after a short gain. And not sure. LaFarrell Hines on the tackle, and he kind of stayed there. I wasn't sure if he was protecting the runner or what he was doing, but he kind of stayed over top of Tate there for a little while. 3rd and 8 for the Wolfpack now. They'll break the huddle, or the half huddle that they do. And it'll be Cadney's in the shotgun with Colin Ryan beside him. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. The 1 to the left is Alex Barmore. Waiting the snap. Here comes Richter across the formation. He'll run that wide receiver screen to Barmore, and he breaks 1 tackle, but this time they get him, and there is a flag on the play. Gain of about 4 for Alex Barmore, but the flag back at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be a hold or a legal man downfield, of course.
And waiting for the refs to conference here. And they'll call the hold. And I'm going to assume they called that on Colin Ryan. He was the one out there blocking on the edge and right in front of that line judge who was the one who threw the flag. So we'll see if they take the penalty or the down.
Yep, and so right now I'm taking the penalty because I think CSP at that point would be about, 4 or 5 yards short of the first down.
Right.
I think you worry about a hard counter, potentially jumping off sides.
Yep, so they'll back them up here. 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. CSP will be in third and, let's call it 18. Third and 18 at their own 18-yard line. And yard to gain is going to be the 36. So here we go. Cadney's in the shotgun, 2 wide to either side. There's the snap. He has a little bit of time looking, airs it out for Barmore, and he's over his head. And that will not be the pass that they were looking for. And that'll bring up 4th and a lot for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I do like the play call. I like the going deep. I think it was really good coverage. He forced the receiver to only be able to angle towards the sideline, ran out of room, and now CSP will punt.
Well, and now you got to hope that your big-footed kicker, Bryce Hinsdale, can give you a nice punt here to kind of change the field position a little bit. Hinsdale awaiting the snap. Timothy White will go in motion. He crosses the middle of the field. There's the snap. Hinsdale gets the ball. There's the kick, and it's a sky-high kick. Come off the top of his foot and did not go nearly as far as he had hoped. Out of bounds someplace around the 36-yard line, although he's moving back towards the CSPN. Now we'll call it the 31-yard line. Not exactly the kick that the Wolfpack was looking for there.
Yeah, and, he kicked that ball into the wind, and the wind definitely took it over after he kicked it and guided it out of bounds quite early.
It was off the top of his foot, too. He didn't get a good, solid boot on it. So now the Steelers will take over at the 31, and this is a dangerous situation now for the Wolfpack defense, who stood up and made a great stand last time. This is about where they stopped the Steelers in the previous drive. There's the snap, another bad snap. They give it to Clark. He gets past 1 or 2 men, and he's brought down there. Looks like Matthew Redlecki on the tackle for the Wolfpack.
Yep, going to be a gain of about 5 yards on first down. Gonna bring up 2nd down and 5.
And Tyrone Clark is quick. I mean, he really gets off the ball fast and gets to the hole. As quick as any linebacker can, that's for sure. So 2nd and 5 now. And looks like they're going to end the first quarter. And with that, we'll send you to commercial here on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage is sponsored by Meerhoffs Furniture and Appliance, providing refrigeration, cooking, dishwashers, and laundry appliances, and furniture for bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and more. Meerhoffs is located at 128 West Smith Street in Corry, and online at meerhoffs.com. Channel 98.9 Sports thanks Meerhoffs for their support.
Support for Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Crotty Chevrolet, located at 45300 Route 6 at the Y in Columbus. Crotty Chevrolet is proud to support CSP Wolfpack. Play hard, believe in yourself and each other. Vehicles are available for viewing online at crottychevy.com. Phone is 814-581-4094. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Crotty Chevrolet for their support.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartanburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play.
Second quarter here in Panama. It's 8-6. Lackawanna leads the Wolfpack. And pretty good slugfest in the first quarter. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that it's exactly what I believed it was going to be. Both teams are doing what they have to do to stay in the game, but Lackawanna with a chance to go up by more than one score. If they can score a touchdown and get one of the extra points here, they could go up by more than one. Lackawanna's held on to the ball when they've executed. It's been well, but when they've made their mistakes, CSP needs to capitalize. 2nd
and 5 for the Steelers. More under center. There's the snap. A handoff to the right side to Clark. He finds a hole and takes off. He breaks one tackle, and then he's hit by a couple members of the Wolfpack there. Gain of about 8 on the play and enough for a Lackawanna first down.
Yep, another first down running. So defensively, Josh, what do you do if you have that running back that is continuously finding holes, and if they're not there, he's making them?
I think you got to make Michael Moore beat you. Just fill the box. Fill the box and do everything you can to stop the run and make him beat you down the field.
Yeah, I think you bring up that 5 and 6 up to the line.
More under center again. There's the snap. Toss to the left side, and he's hit in the backfield and brought down there. The Wolfpack all over that one. And leading the way on the tackle was Andrew Spiesman leading the way. Colton Rhodes also got in on that one.
Going to be 2nd down and 11.
So 2nd and 11, 11:31 left in the half, 8-6 game. CSP trying to make another big defensive stand here. Lackawanna takes their sweet time in the huddle, not like the CSP kind of half huddle and hurry up offense. They walk to the line, and Moore making sure his receiver or his running backs know the play before he comes under center. 2 in the backfield. Clark is the deep man, and there's a handoff to Clark to the left side, and he's hit in the hole but gets by one man, and then he's brought down there by Jordan Mescal. Pretty nice little gain on the play for Tyrone Clark.
Yeah, the play had a chance to be stopped there about a yard or 2 past the line of scrimmage, but it's moved all the way down to about 3rd and 3 now.
3rd and 3 at the, call it the 8-yard line for Lackawanna. And this will be a big 3rd down now as they break their huddle and come to the line. Moore will be under center. 2 backs in the backfield. A quarterback sneak, the same way they scored the touchdown. And Colton Rhodes on the tackle. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Enough for a first down.
Enough for a first down. So they got that quarterback sneak working, and they follow their big offensive line forward for a couple of yards, and it seems to be moving the ball just enough for them to get those first downs. We tick down to 10.5 minutes to play in the half, and it's 1st and goal for the Steelers.
You know, if I'm Lackawanna, I'm running that quarterback sneak a few more times and not risk an exchange blunder again.
Moore will be under center, 2 backs in the backfield. There's the snap, a give to Clark on the right side. He breaks one tackle and is brought down, and he gets in the end zone before they could actually stop him. Touchdown Lackawanna. And I thought they had Clark at the 1, but he squirted through and made it into the end zone for the Steeler touchdown.
Yeah, that was a high-risk reward situation, but a good handoff and able to get in. And Lackawanna now leads by a score of 14-6 here, pending the extra point.
14-6. They're going to go for 2 again. More under center. He fumbles the snap, and CSP jumps on it, and looks like they may have still converted it after it was on the ground.
Well,
they did. Recovered by one of the offensive linemen and scored. I'm not sure which one of them it was, but how about that? That's unusual.
Yeah, he fumbled the ball and pick it up and advance it. And, you know, I wasn't sure if you were able to advance a fumble if you weren't the guy that fumbled on that possession, but I guess you are.
I think it was Ali Sahid for Lackawanna who picked that thing up in the end zone. Or it could have been Sam Ikaguwanu, who was also right there. One of those two picked up the ball to get the 2-point conversion. And unfortunate turn of events there for the Wolfpack, as they'd actually made a pretty good play, but they trail now 16-6 with 9:57 to play in the half. And now they got to come out and make another statement, right? I mean, they can't just let this thing get away from them.
Yeah, they got to come down and be able to put some points on the board. And that's what they're going to have to do now.
And deep for the Wolfpack, Gavin Burchanowski, and trying to see, is it still Sawyer? Still Sawyer Whitney is the other deep man.
Getting the camera set right now. We've got 9:57 here left in the half. 16-6 is the score. Lackawanna leads, and they're kicking off now to CSP.
Shoki Albany set to kick off for the Steelers. He's awaiting the whistle. There it is. And his boot is underway, and just short kick. bounces after 12 yards. CSP grabs it there. Colin Ryan has it, and he's taken down. Kind of a risky little punt there. It bounced real nice off the grass, and that's the kind of kickoff you're looking for a weird kind of pooch onsides. CSP though will start with pretty good field position now, and I'll see what they can do with it as they start at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, I don't understand why you wouldn't kick it deep there, but.
And I wonder, I'm not sure what their kicker situation is. One part of my homework I didn't do. I don't know who their kicker normally is. They had Tyrone Clark kick the first kickoff. They had an offensive lineman kick that one. So maybe they're having some issues with kicker as a position. CSP in the shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield. There's the snap. Katniss looks to throw. He has time. Now moving to his right. He's being chased and fires it towards Hinsdale, but way out in front of him, incomplete.
Yep, Hinsdale was trying to get a little separation. I think if there was a little bit more time, I think Hinsdale would have got that separation.
And Sam Ikeguanu was chasing Katniss out of the backfield, and LaShawn Braxton Jr., the linebacker, came flying in, forcing that throw just a little bit sooner than Tate would like to have made it, as Hinsdale was going to break free there if he would have had maybe 2 or 3 more seconds.
Yep, going to be 2nd down and 10. Now it seems like CSP's almost abandoned the running game here early.
Yeah, it's almost entirely passing. We've seen 2 running plays for CSP so far in this game. Katniss in the shotgun again. Hinsdale moving from right to left. There's the snap. Looking to throw again. He fires over the middle. He has Barmore. Barmore drags a man forward up to about the 49. He's going to be a couple yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and a few for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I like that play. So that's almost like a run there, Josh, as the receiver kind of got a couple of yards downfield, gave Katniss an avenue. And because of the aggressiveness of the defensive line and linebackers of Lackawanna, that part of the field was wide open.
And I think, 3rd and 2 now. Now we may see a reintroduction to the run from the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I almost expect a sneak from Katniss.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide to the right. Katniss under center, and it is the quarterback sneak with the tush push, and the spot is looking like a first down for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, it looks like he'll get it by about half a yard, and you're right, they call that the push.
How about that? And that's a Wolfpack first down, a big first down for them. This is the kind of offensive movement they needed to get going here, and they move into the Lackawanna side of the field at the 48-yard line. 8:55 to play here in the first half. And they break the huddle.
Yep, 16-6 is the score right now. CSP trails.
Kenny's in the shotgun again, moving all of his receivers. Now he'll go under center. And looks like they may try to get Travis Owens involved here. No, they fake it, and they'll throw it. Carter Brink down the left side. He caught it at the 25. He's loose, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Carter Brink, and CSP strikes back just like that.
Well, I tell you what, that fake handoff drew the safety too far in. And that corner out worked. And he was wide open, made a nice throw, nice catch.
And the Steelers cornerback down over on the goal line. So we're going to have an injury timeout on the field. And with that injury, we're going to send you to commercial here on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance, with offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. J. Edwards Insurance is always available for a review of your home, auto, and business insurance. We treat you like family. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
CSP Wolfpack football coverage is brought to you on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream by Jim's Automotive, located at 13250 Route 6 in Corry. Phone 814-664-9602. Offering a full line of auto parts, propane filling, and more. Jim's Automotive wants to wish the best of luck to the Wolfpack this season.
And we welcome you back here to Panama. CSP has just scored their second touchdown of the game. This one, Carter Brink. And it's 16-12 here as they've gotten the injured player 10-2 on the Lackawanna sideline. And the Wolfpack now line up. Looks like they're going to try to go for 2 here to try to get a little closer. They still trail by 4. So Katniss under center. 2 backs in the backfield. And they'll bring Hinsdale across the formation. There's the snap, fakes a handoff. He rolls out to the right. He's going to go for the line, and he gets there. 2-point conversion is good for the Wolfpack as Tate Katniss takes it himself. And now it's a 16-14 game, and that is the answer the Wolfpack was looking for.
Now, I tell you what, you could say, why didn't they go for one to make it 16-13 and go down by a field goal? And I'll tell you why. Because if Lackawanna drives down quickly again in this game and they get another touchdown, if they fail the 2-point conversion, it's still a one-score game at that point. And that's why you go for two. Good call by the coach.
So the Wolfpack twice now have been down and twice now have come right down the field and answered. And both times, long touchdown passes. The first one to Alex Barmore, the second to Carter Brink. And how about Carter Brink on that play? He just took off like a racehorse.
Yeah, it was a good throw. And it's not easy to run and look over your shoulder back towards the quarterback to make that catch. Know where you are on the sidelines. Make a guy miss and then still run 40 yards.
Yeah, incredible. So now we get ready for a kickoff here as Bryce is getting the ball set as we have 8:32 to play here in the second. A 16-14 ball game. Wolfpack trying to hang with the Steelers at this point, and so far so good for the Pack.
Yep, now there is 8:32 left here in this first half. So this is a big possession for both teams right here.
Amir Douglas and Tyrone Clark will be deep for the Steelers. Hinsdale waiting for the whistle. There it is, and here comes his kick. And he onside kicks again. This time it doesn't go 10 yards. Although it rolls for the CSP way, 9-yard kick, not quite enough for the onside.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with doing the onside kick there with 8:30 left, but
well, Lackawanna will begin in the CSP side of the field, that's the biggest problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you kick it off, and there's two energetic returners back there. There's a chance of a return for a touchdown.
Yeah, you got two choices: kick it out of the back of the end zone, which we know that Bryce can do, or pooch kick, right? In this case, they're choosing instead of pooch kicking just to try the onsides for a second time. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lackawanna at the 44. And I thought that was a little further than that when it went out of bounds, but good spot for Lackawanna to start their drive.
Yeah, it's because it went out of bounds. There was actually the penalty on it, on an illegal kick.
Lackawanna coming to the line now, and they'll be the two-back backfield with the tight end to the right. Moore under center. There's the snap. He gives to Clark, and he is hit in the backfield and brought down. Finally, the tackle made by Dalton Richter, but the play was made by Colin Ryan, who just burst through the line and hit him as soon as he got the ball.
That may be the hardest earned 1-yard loss that I've seen in high school football.
And Clark is a hard runner, isn't he? He's something else. So now it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Steelers. 8 minutes to play here in the half. They lead 16-14 over the Wolfpack. They break their huddle, and Moore will go under center. Tight end to the right, two backs in the backfield. Wolfpack now filling that box up pretty well. 8 men up in the box, 9 men up in the box for the Wolfpack. And it's a wide receiver screen to the right side. Amir Douglas catches it, and he gets hit immediately. Gain of 3 or 4 on the play. Colin Ryan brings him down eventually, but great individual effort by the tight end, or by the cornerback on that side, Bryce Hinsdale.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a scary position to be in if you're Bryce Hinsdale. You've got that one-on-one with Douglas. You know if you miss that initial contact, he's gone. So you got to hold on to him like Hinsdale did and allow your team to catch up and make the tackle.
Great effort there by Hinsdale to keep that thing in control. So now it's 3rd and 8 for the Steelers, and we'll see if CSP keeps filling the box like that. 9 men in the box the last play. And here they do. They bring both safeties up again, so the box will be nice and full. There's the snap, handoff to the left side. It's Clark. He breaks one tackle. He breaks another. He's off to the races. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Lackawanna. 42-yard touchdown run for Tyrone Clark.
Yeah, they ran kind of a stretch play there, and he just made one cut inside, and it was gone.
Second touchdown of the day for Clark, and quick score there for Lackawanna. I mean, 36 seconds, and they score another touchdown.
Yeah, and that's why you go for 2 when you were CSP on that last possession, because now if Lackawanna does not get this, you're still down by 1 possession.
So 22-14 now, 6:56 to play in the half, and Lackawanna lines up for the two-point conversion again. And as I mentioned, I'm not sure what the kicker situation is. Doesn't seem like they're interested in kicking the ball at all today. Handoff up the middle for Clark, and he gets in for the two-point conversion. So now it'll be 24-14.
Boy, and the points are coming fast and furious right now.
Slow start, I think 8-6 at the end of the first quarter, and now 24-14 with 6:56 to play in the half.
Up to CSP again now to try to come through and get another quick score.
Well, seems to be the answer is on the outside. When they give Tate time, he can find a receiver, and they seem to be able to make something happen there. This could become a shootout real fast if CSP can find a way to keep scoring.
Yeah, and, they're going to have to find a way defensively to stop Lackawanna as well. Now, Lackawanna's offense right now is handing the ball up, and they're either going to run through the A or B gap. They're really not running outside too much. They're running straight up the middle. You're going to have to slide that nose tackle over the center, bring two other defensive guys up to cover both sides of the A gap, and you have to bring your defensive ends in a little bit and bring your linebackers up on the outside. That's the only way you're going to stop that quick strike of Lackawanna.
Kickoff coming now, and there's the boot. Another mid-range kind of pooch kick, and it's dropped by Dalton Richter and recovered by Lackawanna. Carson Pinzock, I'm sorry, not Dalton Richter. Carson Pinzock dropped that ball, and Lackawanna recovers it at the 30-yard line.
Yep, and a chance for Lackawanna, to try to score again here. CSP's defense is going to have to come out and make a stop.
That's a tough play right there. I think, Carson started running before he actually caught the ball, and unfortunately coughs it up for the Wolfpack. 6:54 now to play in the half, and the CSP defense is going to have to make a stand. And timeout on the field, we'll say timeout on the stream. We'll send you off to our sponsors.
Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack football is provided by Sherman Country General Store at 177 West Main Street in Sherman, providing gasoline, groceries, and more. Phone 716-761-6181. Go Wolfpack from Sherman Country General Store.
And we welcome you back into Jack Keeney Community Field here in Panama, where Lackawanna leads the Wolfpack 24-14 with 6:54 to play in the second quarter. Lackawanna has got the ball now after CSP was unable to field a kickoff, and the ball squirted loose from Carson Pinzock's grasp and was recovered by the Lackawanna Steelers. And so they will take over at the 32-yard line, driving in, and the Wolfpack defense is going to have to make a stand here to keep them in this game.
Yeah, I tell you what, we talked about those kickoffs, and, why are they kicking short? Why are they kicking short? Well, worked out for them on that one.
Yeah, it's like a strange kind of little pooch kick. It's over the, 15, 16-yard mark is where it's landing, and it seems to be catching the second line of Wolfpack players off guard. They can't seem to get underneath it, so both times kind of fielded sloppily. That time it cost them. Lackawanna now taking the field. It'll be more under center, two backs in the backfield, tight end to the right. There's the snap, the give to Clark right up the middle, and he's hit but breaks a tackle, and he's off, and there's no one catching him. Tyrone Clark for his third touchdown of the day.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to bring more guys up to the line. There's just too much room. The offensive line does a good job, Lackawanna, double teaming the defensive guys, the defensive players, and when you're outmatched like that, there's a huge hole. Clark only has to make one guy miss, and he's really good at doing that.
You see him celebrating on the far side with the man who sprung him loose, Sam Ikaguanu. And now they'll have to try and make a stand here on the two-point conversion attempt. 30-14 is the score prior to this attempt. Moore now under center. Clark in the tailback position again. There's the snap, a pitch to Clark to the right side. And Wolfpack players get to him, but he gets past one or two and gets in for the two-point conversion.
And that's going to add 2 more points on. It's going to be 32-14 now. And listen, CSP is 18 points down right now. They're going to have to get the ball and do something here before the half.
plenty of time, 6:44. We know they can score the ball pretty quickly. But, if you're CSP right now, an answer is huge, and preferably an answer and then get the ball back and maybe answer a second time before the half. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, though. Let's focus on the first one as they trail 32-14 with 6:44 to play. You're going to see another probably pooch kick attempt here from Lackawanna. It seems to be their play here. 52 is the kicker. That's Shoki Albani. Deep for the Wolfpack is Gavin Burchanowski and Sawyer Whitney. And Austin Graves and Carson Pinzock seem to be who they're targeting with this pooch kick. So the two of them getting ready over around the 30 and 35-yard line. There's the whistle and the kick, and this time he kicks it a little deeper, and it'll be fielded there by Burchanowski. He gets past one man, gets past another, and great return by Burchanowski up to the 35-yard line for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, a chance here for the Wolfpack, hopefully to get a little bit of momentum, to stop this quick strikes of Lackawanna, as they've scored a lot of points in a little bit of time now.
And so this is the second kick return Gavin Burchanowski's had of 15 yards or more in this game. So maybe get the ball in his hands a little bit on the special teams, as he seems to be making an impact.
Yeah, 16 points in I think under 2 minutes for Lackawanna has really kind of put the stamp here on the second quarter. But CSP can score, and they can score quickly too. They're going to have to.
And I think we're going to see a whole lot more of Tate trying to take some shots downfield here as CSP spreads the field too wide to both sides. Sidecar in the backfield with Tate to protect him from that pass rush. And timeout Lackawanna. And probably a smart timeout there as CSP came out and showed them something they weren't exactly expecting. So they'll call that timeout just to talk about it and get their secondary reset.
Yeah, they only had 10 guys on the field.
Oh, that's the reason for the timeout 10.
They called timeout, and another guy came running onto the field.
So, as we said, they scored quickly there. It's 32-14. This game is not out of reach for the Wolfpack, though. They just need to score and then make some defensive stands, and they can get right back in this thing. We know they can score quickly, and, the key is to not let Lackawanna just keep rolling. If you let them roll, they're going to score 70.
Yep, CSP can definitely hold on to the ball. They can definitely score. It's just defensively, they've got to make those adjustments, and they probably will, to be able to stop the running back. Because all he has to do is just get past the line of scrimmage. He's so hard to tackle, Josh, that once you get past those first set of guys, it's almost impossible to bring him down.
Yeah, he's really an incredible back, and it seems like the middle linebackers need to stay in their holes, stay gap assigned, and not over pursue. So Catney's in the shotgun now. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. He's back to pass. Looking. He fires and completes the pass underneath. Breaking one tackle and then getting brought down is Carter Brink on the play.
I tell you what, great execution on that play.
And a gain of, let's call it 6 for the Wolfpack there. Wolfpack lineup again, 2 wide to both sides. Catney's in the shotgun again. There's the snap, a low snap, but he reels it in. He's back to pass. He looks, he throws, and reeled in by Hinsdale, and he runs it out of bounds for a CSP first down. Bryce's second catch of the game.
Yeah, he's now 3 short, and wonder how many one-handers he's had throughout his high school career.
That was beautiful. I mean, he reached out with one hand, pulled that thing, and it was overthrown by probably 2 strides, and he just snatched that thing out of the air. First down now for the Wolfpack, 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Catney's again in the shotgun, 3 wide to the left. And bring Hinsdale towards the center. There's the snap. Back to pass. Here comes, he gets away from Sam Ikeguanu and fires it up to the far side. There's a receiver there, so he should be good. And Ikeguanu on the ground, referee on the ground.
Yeah, let's take a timeout. We'll be back right after this timeout.
This broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage is sponsored by Meerhoffs Furniture and Appliance, providing refrigeration, cooking, dishwashers, and laundry appliances, and furniture for bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and more. Meerhoffs is located at 128 West Smith Street in Corry, and online at meerhoffs.com. Channel 98.9 Sports thanks Meerhoffs for their support.
Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Back in here to Panama as the crowd applauds the official for being back on his feet. He took a shot from Sam Ikeguanu, and Tate Cadney's was able to escape him, but the official was not.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a big, fast man Ikeguanu is. And, kudos to the official for being able to get back up there as quick as he did. And they got kind of tied up. And, what a play by Cadney's, though. He was able to avoid that pass rush, and then he got away from the second one, threw the ball, didn't get an intentional grounding penalty. And that's where we stand now.
That is. So, 2nd and 10 for the Wolfpack, 5:56 to play in the half. And a flag now. Intentional grounding on that. There was a receiver right where he threw the ball.
I don't know why it's intentional grounding.
And Ty Harper is not a happy camper. Ty Harper is not happy with that call.
Yeah, there was a receiver right there.
He threw it right over a receiver's head. It was 5 feet over his head, but there was a receiver standing on the far sideline. And
yeah, they probably need to converse about this one.
He's picked the flag up now, and we'll see what happens. Ty's still arguing the call. The crowd not happy with it. But we have 5:56 to play here, and they're gonna keep the call.
Wow.
So still 2nd down for the Wolfpack, even though they lose yardage, as it is a loss of down. And I'm not sure which official threw the flag on that, but
it was actually the white hat threw the flag. Not sure how he saw it.
It should have been the lineman on the far, or the lineman on the far side should have been the one who had that call, right? So.
Yeah, and although it didn't make it right back to the line of scrimmage, there actually was a receiver standing right there and went over his head.
So that'll be 2nd and 25 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
Empty set, Cadney's moving everybody around. They'll keep Ryan in the backfield now to protect him. Waiting for the snap. There it is. He's back to pass. He fires. He's got Carter Brink. Brink with some blockers. Gets past one man, gets past another. And he's got a gain of about 17 on the play. Does Carter Brink back up to the 46 of the Steelers, which will bring up 3rd and 6 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and the reason you call that play is because it's 2nd and long. So, it brings up a 3rd down and manageable now.
Great play call there by Ty Harper to get his team back to where they needed to be. And, 3rd and 6, 5:20 to play here in the half. And the Wolfpack's drive still ongoing. They break the huddle. Cadney's in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield with him this time. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Now they motion a man across to the right side. There's the snap. He's back to pass. He fires. He has Barmore. 1st down and more. Gets tackled. Open field tackle made there by Tyrone Clark Jr. at the 33. Great tackle by Tyrone Clark.
Yeah, it was a great tackle. And I tell you what, that throw had some steam on it. Great job to catch it. The middle linebacker, number 6, Terrence Ware, had a chance to make a play on that, but he actually took the deep man instead of staying in close, and that's why that part of the field was wide open.
Clock ticks down under 5 minutes to play here in the half. 32-14. Lackawanna leads, but the Wolfpack on the drive as they break the huddle, and Travis Owens coming off the field as Colin Ryan comes on. Cadney's in the shotgun, 2 wide to both sides. They'll bring Hinsdale across to the right side. There's the snap. He's looking right. He takes off with it, and he's got some room to run. Gain of about 5 on the play for Tate Cadney's.
And that actually wasn't the play call, but the defensive tackle got pushed out of the way. You don't see that happen much.
Ikeguanu doesn't get moved very often.
Yeah, he got moved quite a bit there, and a big crease up front.
Props to the interior lineman for the Wolfpack, getting Ikeguanu out of the way and getting some room to run there. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wolfpack now with 4 minutes to play in the half. Cadney's again in the shotgun. There's the snap, a low one, but he reels it in. He fires. He's got, incomplete. He threw it just over Barmore's head, and Barmore tried to jump for it but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and that play honestly might have been better being incomplete because Barmore catches that. He has 2 guys right in front of him ready to make a hit.
Yeah, LaShawn Braxton was already sizing him up, and there was a couple other guys heading his way. So 3rd and 4, no harm done with that incompletion, and it did stop the clock at 3:56 to play in the half.
Yeah, I say you run a drag route across the middle and send the guy on the top of the field to the left deep.
2 wide to both sides. He's got Colin Ryan in the backfield with him. Waiting for the snap. There it is. He looks to pass to his left, looks back to his right, fires, and that pass is dropped in there by Dalton Richter. 4th and 4 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and of course it's 4-down territory right here at this point.
4-down territory with 3:53 to play in the half, trailing 32-14. And, you know, that play worked, it just got dropped. He hit Dalton Richter in the chest with the ball pretty hard, so.
Yeah, I say here you try to draw him offside first, and then you call a timeout or you snap it at the last second, one of the two. No reason to even have a play called right here until you try to draw him off.
Well, they audible out of a stacked formation, and now there'll be 2 wide. Kenny's in the shotgun. There's the snap. He looks to his left, now looking to his right. He fires deep. He has Barmore, and he's unable to bring it in with 2 guys all over him. Tyrone Clark Jr. providing the coverage for Lackawanna.
Yep, no. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the play there, but the play thrown down into, was it into the end zone, Josh?
About the 8-yard line. And he was a step ahead of Tyrone Clark Jr. and the other defender, but Clark Jr. was able to get his hand in there just enough to disrupt the reception.
And Lackawanna now takes over with 3:47 left here in the half.
So if you're the Wolfpack now, you got to stop them, right? Can't give up any more points before the half.
Yeah, you're right. You have to make the stop here. If you're Lackawanna, you want to go down and you want to put up another touchdown before the half.
And you know how they're going to do it. Here's a handoff to the right side. Clark gets past one man, gets past another, and brought down after a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. And he's been doing the same thing all day, just run right past defenders.
Yeah, it's a hard-earned 3 yards there, maybe 4.
Colin Ryan and Alex Barmore on the tackle for the Wolfpack. And second and, we'll call it 6.5. And clock ticks down to 3:20 to play as the Steelers break their huddle and come back to the line. That same formation, heavy set, 2 backs, and the quarterback more under center.
Yeah, but now you've got 9 guys in the box again.
They give to Clark up the middle, and he gets to the line of scrimmage and then pushes the pile forward, and they push it forward for about 3-yard gain on the play.
Yep. So right now, if I'm Lackawanna, and hear me out, this might sound silly, but if I'm Lackawanna, I'm coming out and throwing that wide receiver screen now with the Wolfpack packing that box like they are.
Yeah, you got to give Andrew Spiesman credit on that play. They pulled him off the bottom of that pile. He got to Clark and just held on to his legs until somebody else came to help him. So 3rd and 2 now for the Steelers. 2:30 to play in the half. Pack load the box again. There's the snap, the give to Clark, and he's hit in the backfield. Yeah. And a little retribution there for Carson Pinzock after the fumbled kick return earlier.
Yeah, I tell you what. That was a great job of getting back there quickly. That's why I would have thrown that wide receiver screen on that play. The Wolfpack literally had been packing the box the past few plays, and you knew one of them was going to get through at some point.
So 4th and 5 now. They did not stop the clock. It's rolled under 2 minutes. Thought the Wolfpack might try to stop it there, but they decide not to. 2 men deep to receive the punt. There's the snap, a high one, but reeled in. He gets it off just barely, but it's a high kick. Takes a big Lackawanna bounce. Refielded there by Carter Brink. He's off and running. The 50, the 45, the 40. Good block, and he gets up to about the 33, maybe the 30 when he gets knocked out of bounds. Great return by Carter Brink.
Yeah, I didn't even know where the ball went, to be honest. I think it left the atmosphere and came back.
Super high kick, bounced at about the 49-yard line. Took 2 bounces, and Carter Brink scooped it up off the ground and took off. That's going to be a 31-yard punt return for Carter Brink.
That's a huge break for the Wolfpack, and they need to put some points on now.
So they'll start at the 29-yard line, 1 minute and 33 seconds to play. It's 32-14, Lackawanna leading here as we near halftime. They break the huddle, and here comes the Wolfpack to the line. And they'll send Hinsdale by himself out to the left side, everybody else on the backfield.
Travis Owens a single back beside Catnese.
Waiting for the snap now. Catnese in the shotgun. Now they'll move everybody around. Brink heads over to join Hinsdale on the far side, and Barmore drops out to the right on his own. There's the snap. He looking for that wide receiver screen. It's not there, and Katniss takes off with it. Oh, and he throws the ball over the middle, and he's absolutely hammered by LaShawn Braxton on the play. And it was Travis Owens, the intended receiver. And, man, he did take a shot right to the neck.
Yeah, that's a tough play there.
We're hearing some displeasure on our side where we're at, but
2nd and 10 for the Wolfpack. 1:26 to play in the half. And I think you can hear the guys behind us on the other radio stream saying it was a clean hit. They do have instant replay. I don't, so maybe they're right. We don't really know. 2nd and 10. Katniss in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking. He fires to Barmore. It's caught. Barmore makes one man miss, but not the second, and he's brought down for a loss on the play. Tackle made there by Nasir Dali. And a flag.
Yeah, there's a late flag. Probably going to be a Kegawanu on a late hit.
And that's a mistake you don't want to make here. Don't give a team life when they're down and out.
Yeah, Kegawanu came in late as Barmore went down. Now, you know, Kegawanu had that 350 pounds move, and it's hard to stop, but definitely a personal foul.
And they mark off this penalty now on a Kegawanu. And 1:15 to play now in the half. CSP will get a first down at the 16-yard line. Waiting for the chain gang to get down there. The Wolfpack offense does not want to wait. They're ready to go.
Minute 15 left in the half.
Katniss being forced to wait by the officials. And there's the whistle. Here we go. And he's got an empty backfield now. Quads to the left. He looks the other way. He fires. And it's Hinsdale, and he's hammered in the air. And he was knocked out of bounds as he was catching the ball. So they'll say it was incomplete.
So he definitely made the catch, but was out of bounds.
Yeah, he was in the air when he was hit, and when he landed, he was out of bounds. Right back to it is the Wolfpack now with 1:10 to play. 2nd and 10. Katniss again in the shotgun. 3 wide to the left. There's the snap. He's looking left. He runs to his left, and he's off to the races. There goes Katniss, and gain of 4 or 5 on the play, up to the, well, I'll get to the 15-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, that'll chew a little bit of time off the clock as we get inside the final minute here at the half. This is an important final 45 seconds.
And Wolfpack break the huddle, quads to the left, and they're stacked quad. And there's a quick whistle. And Lackawanna, or CSP calls the timeout, yes. And with that timeout, we're going to go to timeout here on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is powered by Lictus Oil and Propane and Climber. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for being a major sponsor of CSP Sports.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
And we welcome you back in here to Jack Keeney Community Field. As this timeout's coming to an end, 41 seconds to play here in the half. 32-14, Lackawanna leads the Wolfpack. It's 3rd and 8 for the Wolfpack at the 15-yard line, driving in to try to score here before the end of the half.
Yep, I am going to try to make some adjustments here with the camera after halftime, so make sure to stay with us.
And so they start off in a quad diamond to the left, but they're audible out of it. Colin Ryan will join Katniss in the backfield, 2 wide to each side. There's the snap. He's looking right. He fires the screen to Brink. Brink's hit immediately and brought down by LaShawn Braxton. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Wolfpack. Clock runs under 30 seconds now.
Yeah, so we got under 30 seconds. Not enough time to even line up if you wanted to try a field goal to make it a 2-score game. But
Katniss calls for the ball. He has it. Looking to his right. He's scrambling to his right. He's going to get hit by a Kagawanu. He throws it up, and it's incomplete. And Alex Barmore wanted pass interference, but he's not going to get it. It'll be a turnover on downs.
And that'll take the ball back over to Lackawanna as there's about 10 seconds left here in the half.
Yeah. Lackawanna had great pressure that time on Katniss, chased him out of the pocket, stayed with him. And for a guy that size, 350 pounds, to chase a quarterback all the way to the sideline and put that kind of pressure on, you don't see that very often in high school football.
Yeah, it's 2 drives back-to-back by CSP deep into Lackawanna territory, not able to put up any points. And that's why they trail by 18 points right now, as I expect Lackawanna to probably run a play. With their ability to score, I expect them not to take a knee.
We'll see what happens here. Moore under center, and he will take a knee to go to the half. And so with that, we will have halftime here in Panama. 32-14, Lackawanna leads the Wolfpack.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream at channel989.org. Stay tuned, the Corry Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up shortly.
WHYP-LP Corry.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 sports stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartanburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 sports stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play.
This is Channel 98.9 music. This is Channel 98.9 music.
You are the only exception. You are the only exception.
And this is Channel 98.9 music.
So who the hell am I to expect a savior? Oh, if I only talk to God when I need a favor. But God, I need a
Corry's Radio Alternative, Channel 98.9.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Bob Stye. I host the Grunge Garage. We take you back to the 1990s with all your favorite alternative and Britpop songs. I know you missed these songs, and you got them all with me. Plus, once an hour, we do mandatory Morrissey and a salute to my favorite, sad but mighty lyrical god. The Grunge Garage with me, Bob Stye. It's a trip to the 1990s, and you're going to love it. Check it out every Saturday night from 8 p.m. to midnight right here on Channel 98.9.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
1 out of 5 Americans is disabled. That's over 60 million people nationwide. I'm Eric Hawk from American rock band Portugal the Man, and I'm here to tell you that it can be difficult getting back to work or finding a job at all following an injury or living with a disability. That's where NTI comes in. NTI is the leader in getting disabled Americans and American veterans back to work. If you're having a hard time finding a job or know someone that is, contact NTI at nticentral.org or hit them up on the phone at 877-248-8912. Go out there and get back to work.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's modern rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to a pop concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
Or B, just roll with it?
Justin! OMG! I love you, Justin! I love you!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Angela Morton. I help bring awareness of drug and alcohol issues to rural areas. Let's talk about addiction. Did you know addiction is a medical condition that is treatable? Using drugs or alcohol changes your brain, and treatment can help people recover from addiction. If you or someone you know are struggling with drugs or alcohol or wonder if you might be addicted, help is available even if you don't have insurance. It's your life and your decision. It just starts with a phone call. Call 1-800-662-HELP and ask about treatment options in your area. This message is brought to you by Channel 98.9, Corry's radio alternative.
CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is powered by Lictus Oil and Propane and Climber. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for being a major sponsor of CSP Sports.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is often laced into illicit drugs and used to make fake versions of prescription pills. You can't see it, taste it, or smell it. Suppliers mix fentanyl into their products because it's potent and cheap, and the dealer might not even know. Keep yourself and others safe by knowing the real deal on fentanyl. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Dave W. Phillips, along with my sidekicks, Taryn McKenna. We have a new show here on Channel 98.9. It's called Studio B. Indie alternative music, SoCal style. Studio B is new, cutting-edge music from up-and-coming artists or artists you may not have heard of before. Studio B, Sundays at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 98.9, Corry's Radio Alternative.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Channel 98.9 Music. This is Channel 98.9 Music. And this is Channel 98.9 Music. Corry's Radio Alternative, Channel 98.9.
Thanks for tuning in to CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream, powered by Lictus Oil and Propane. The halftime show is a presentation of the Corry Federal Credit Union.
And we welcome you back into Panama, New York at Jack Keeney Community Field, where the Wolfpack trail at halftime 32-14 to the Lackawanna Steelers, the B school from South Buffalo. And, as we bring you back into this halftime show, we knew this was going to be a tough task for the Wolfpack, similar to what that Waverly task was. And so far, they're down 18 points, but they're able to move the ball. They're doing some things right.
Yeah, I thought CSP offensively has actually played really well. 14 points against this team that doesn't allow a lot of points. They've been able to move the ball, and also they moved it deep into Lackawanna territory 2 times at the end of the half and just weren't able to put up any points. So CSP's definitely had their chances. The second half is going to have to go defensively the right way for CSP, though, if they're going to climb back into this game.
Yeah, they got to be controlled but still take shots. You're down 18, that's a lot, but it's not too much to overcome if you're smart. But I think the big thing here is going to be the learning of this game. You've gone against one of the biggest and strongest defensive lines in football in Section 6. And honestly, no one's sacked Tate yet, knock on wood. And you've held your own against them. Sam Lakaguanu's made a few really uncomfortable plays for Tate, but he hasn't got to him yet. And because of that, the Wolfpack has been able to move the ball pretty efficiently downfield.
Yeah, it's a championship mentality when you put yourself up on the schedule against teams that are really good. The school in North Carolina, Northside High School, one time went up against a team that had Todd Gurley and a couple other NFL caliber guys on him. And, of course, then they lost the game, but went on to win the state championship that year. And that's what you do. You put yourself against good teams so you can measure yourself when you get to the playoffs. And that's exactly what this game is honestly all about for CSP.
Yeah, and I know they're looking ahead to that team that knocked them out last year. And I don't like to talk about them a whole lot, but they lost their second game of the season last night. Tioga did to Delhi. And Delhi was a 2-2 team coming in, not exactly a world-class organization for the 2024 season. So Tioga may be a little more down to earth this year, a little more manageable. And by the way, their quarterback's hurt. Bellis, he's been hurt since the first week. And that makes it much easier for anybody to compete with them. It's always interesting when you see a team like that lose. They're going to see us, they're going to see CSP probably on the losing end today unless they can pull off a really nice second half. And if you're the rest of the D, Class D in Section 6, does this impact you in any way?
Yeah, so in a way, I don't think this game really is going to impact too much. In the division that CSP is in, they pretty much have the clear shot to that division. So this game ultimately, like you said, is a learning experience for CSP. You're going to be able to really look at what you need to focus on going into the playoffs. And not that it's a knock on any school, but when you're not going against teams that are at your caliber, it's hard to judge really what you need to work on. This type of game helps you establish that.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, you schedule a B school and you know that you're going to have a tough fight. You schedule a B school that's this good and you have an uphill battle, and that's what it's been. But the Wolfpack are hanging in there. Another thing I want to point out, as we saw Bryce Hinsdale have 2 really nice catches in that first half. He's now 3 away from second place. Keep touching on that record because it's very interesting to watch for us. As Coach told me earlier this year, they're not even paying attention to it. Bryce doesn't care. Bryce cares about that score on the scoreboard at the end of the game.
Yeah, and they want to win this championship. They really want to go all the way. They want to have this championship, and that's what it's about to all the kids down there on the field.
The update on Cam Barmore and his Mercyhurst Lakers. They lead 48-0 in the fourth quarter over Buff State.
That's a close game.
Absolute domination by the Lakers. And as I said earlier, they don't have player stats listed, so we can't see how Cam's doing personally, but his team's doing fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice to see that some of the high school kids getting a chance to enhance their career, when they get out of high school and they get to play at the college level. And, that's really nice to see. So, congratulations to them. And, Mercyhurst, you always got to root for Mercyhurst. I mean, one of those Erie schools there, you always got to root for them.
Especially being the only Division I school in the area now as they've made that transition to Division I. A couple interesting things you see in Panama and Clymer that you don't see anywhere else. If you look down to our left, down by where the snack shack is, there's a whole bunch of young Amish men watching the game today.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, that's one thing I did miss about Western New York is, I missed, all the Amish guys. Like, I got a lot of Amish people that come into the business that I operate. So definitely a different area, different culture.
Absolutely. It's kind of neat and interesting, and I'm sure the gentlemen from Lackawanna don't see that every day. So something different for them to see on their trip down here, an hour and a half to Western New York, down in the deep southern tier. About 2 minutes away from the end of halftime here. CSP yet to come back up out of the locker room. I'm looking down to the school. They're in no movement down there, so they're probably having a good conversation, trying to coach the boys up to come back out here in the second half.
Yeah, so what would your keys be to the second half for CSP to come out and climb back into this game?
Well, as you mentioned multiple times, they got to find a way to stop the run. If they can't stop Tyrone Clark Jr., they can't stop Lackawanna. I mean, he's their guy. So everything has to start and finish there. But offensively, honestly, I think you keep doing what you're doing. The only time that you didn't score offensively is when you ran into penalty problems. And they did that to themselves the last two times. They shot themselves in the foot. But otherwise, they drove down the field in this team. And they can, especially with the passing game. But also, don't forget you have running backs. And I think, you called for a couple draw plays early in the game, and they didn't necessarily run them. I think they've only ran the ball 2 or 3 times. So, you can certainly get chunk plays running the ball here in the second half.
Yeah, I agree with you, Josh. And I think being down by 18 points, one thing is for sure, is you can't do exactly what you did in the first half. You have to change up something. Coach Harper knows that, going into the half. They're going to draw up some different things. A part of this whole process, this game of playing such a good team is you want to be able to learn how to make adjustments. So for the coaching staff, it's really a learning experience for them as well. What adjustments can we make? If we don't win the game, let's come out and let's win the half. And I guarantee you that's what Coach Harper is saying right now. Let's come out, let's win this half. Let's show that we can make the adjustments necessary to win ourselves a championship.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the Waverly game, I would say CSP failed on some opportunities early that cost them to get behind. But towards the end of that game, they were more than competitive with Waverly and probably the better team in the fourth quarter. So that is absolutely going to be the case with Coach Harper here as we still wait for CSP here. They finally come back to the field. And I'll tell you what, this looks like a team that's focused because they came back to the field methodical, marching together as one. And it's not the, couple guys running out ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, you don't see anybody hanging their head low. You see people coming out ready to have a good second half. And again, what's going to happen in this half is you're going to try to win this half. If you can win this half by 18 points or more, you put yourself in a position to win the game.
Yep. And, big-time players in that first half. How do you not say Alex Barmore and Carter Brink for CSP? Alex with a 51-yard touchdown, Carter with a 46-yard touchdown. And those are CSP's points so far in this game. So, got to get the ball in the hands of those playmakers a little more. 2 completions to Bryce Hinsdale. I would expect him to be targeted a few times here down the stretch, because as soon as he has his hands on the ball, you never know what's going to happen next.
And so if I dare ask, who would you say for Lackawanna would be your stars?
Well, I mean, they're going to stay with Tyrone Clark Jr., but I think they need to get Amir Douglas involved. He is their best all-around player, and now CSP is going to key on Tyrone Clark Jr., so start running swing plays to Amir Douglas, get him involved in the play, and he's going to make plays for them too.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Sam Akegawanu. As you mentioned before the game, you pulled me aside and said, these are some of the guys to watch out for. Now, every game you're going to talk about that, but I didn't realize how serious you were about Sam Akegawanu.
He's something else, right? So 350 pounds, 6'4", and he moves like a running back. I mean, he's got great feet. He's fast, gets sideways quickly. And other than the penalty on him when he fell on the pile after the play was over, He's been excellent. Has not sacked Tate yet. 10 sacks on the season. He's a sack machine. So hopefully the Wolfpack can continue to protect Tate. But Lackawanna is definitely going to try and dial something up here in the second half. He's going to be on a mission.
You know, you mentioned Tyrone Clark's name a couple of times here today. One of the most impressive things about Tyrone Clark is that he's only in 10th grade.
Yeah. And he was doing this last year as a freshman, and he was running all over everybody. And then, Lackawanna ran into South Park in the playoffs and lost, mostly because South Park just aired the ball out with an excellent quarterback. This year, the story is very similar for them. Run heavy, Tyrone Clark just pounding away. He's over 1,000 yards on the season. I think he was at like 980 going into this game, something like that. So he's definitely over 100 already in this game. I'm thinking like 160, although I don't have the exact stats in front of me.
Yeah, he's probably broke 1,100 yards on the season now. As you know, we get ready here about 2 minutes away from starting the second half, and Lackawanna will receive the second half kickoff. Do you come out and do you try an onside kick to start the second half?
2 failed onside kicks already, and it's just not even been close. If they were close, I think maybe it's a different thing. You don't want to give them the ball at the 50 again. But you also have to be careful. Those 2 return men, Clark and Douglas, are both, they're home run hitters. They could take it to the house right away. So if you're not going to try the onside kick, you've got to make sure it's a smart pooch kick, get it to that second level, and let those guys dive on the ball.
There was a sequence of about 4 minutes at the end of the half that really changed the complexion of the first half. And that was a kickoff that was muffed, and Lackawanna got it, scored quickly, and then 2 failed drives deep in Lackawanna territory to end the half. The complexion of this game changed in about 3 or 4 minutes. But
went from 16-14 to 32-14.
Yeah, it can do the same thing in the second half. And CSP has to hope that those bounces now go their way.
And CSP found themselves in a similar position last year against FE up in Ellicottville and made a great comeback. So don't count out the Wolfpack just yet.
It'll tell a lot about the character of the CSP team. They're going to come out and they are going to come out full swinging. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot, I have a feeling, here in the second half. I'd like to see some more of those drags across the field. Maybe turn those into, some deep outs as well. There's a lot of room downfield against this Lackawanna defense because the defense likes to run. Looks like they're running cover 3 most of the time, but they're using their middle linebacker as their third. So that opens up the middle of the field, and I think CSP is going to continue to expose that.
Yeah, it seems like Tate has plenty of time to get the ball there too. So the offensive line is doing a good job of giving them at least that much time. If they continue to do that, they can pick their way down the field with those little dump offs. Both teams about ready to get going here. Start the second half. And right before we saw the whole team come together to talk, before CSP went out on the field, we saw the big 4 come together at the 45-yard line. And by the big 4, I mean Hinsdale, Barmore, Brink, and Katniss. And they're trying to get their team fired up and back in this thing.
We are now ready for the second half kickoff.
And by the way, we got to start thinking about who that Crotty player of the game is going to be. Good idea to start having that thought in our head here as we get into the third quarter. And it looks like Hinsdale ready to kick, and we're waiting for Tyrone Clark to make his way back to be deep to join Amir Douglas for the Steelers. And Tyrone Clark still working his way across the field. There's the whistle. And here comes the boot, and it is a solid boot, and they'll kick it to Clark's side. It bounces 3 or 4 times down to the 10. He finally picks it up, and he's hit immediately and brought down by the Wolfpack. And several Wolfpack players there, Burkholder and Burchanowski among the 2.
Well, good start here to the second half for the Wolfpack. Now they're going to come out and play defense.
That's exactly the kind of kick you want. And they caught Tyrone Clark not ready. He was like slow walking across the field in no hurry to get to his position. Hinsdale saw it, put the ball right there, and next thing you know, they're going to start at their own 12.
Yeah, I don't know if that. Not sure if that's by design or if Hinsdale, his high football IQ, kicked in there.
So now 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line, a 32-14 game, and the Wolfpack defense going to have to make a stand here to try to help get their team back in this thing.
Yep, and you'll have to listen to Josh here as I can't really see.
Wolfpack going to go with that
action.
5-man front that we've been calling for. So 5-man front for the Wolfpack, heavy formation for Lackawanna. Handoff up the middle to Clark, and he's met in the hole there by a pack of wolves, as Doc likes to say, and brought down for a short gain.
Yeah, that 5-man front that we called for is, something that has to happen because he's going to get his 2 or 3 every carry. You want to minimize it to that.
Matthew Redlecki led the way for the pack there on that tackle. And what they're doing is they have Colton Rhodes playing nose tackle, and Redlecki and Owens, well, now Owens and Rhodes have switched places, but they're basically running a nose tackle or a shade nose tackle now to try to combat the running. Handoff to Clark on the right side, and he is met by the Wolfpack and brought down at about the 20-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yep, and what Josh means by shade on that nose tackle, so you can get on the left shoulder or right shoulder or that center, and you can actually shade towards that gap. And that's what they're doing, is they're picking which side they're going to shade to. Whenever you shade to one side, you're leaving the other shoulder open, but that's where you want your linebackers to come up and fill.
So 3rd and short now. Travis Owens waiting to get set, and again, strong, heavy set for the Steelers. The quarterback keeper for Moore, and he gets the first down again. 3 times they've run that, 3 times they've gained what they needed to.
Yeah, but I like the defense, and you're going to have to continue to do this. You're going to have to keep those guys up there. Now, you might have to bring another guy in to run the other shade on the center. What you want to do is you want to have to make the offensive linemen not choose who they're going to block. You're going to want to make them have to block a certain guy.
Yep, agreed. And so 1st and 10 for the Steelers now at the 26-yard line. And they're again in that heavy set, 2 backs in the backfield. Here comes the flag on the play, and they blew it dead as soon as they snapped the ball. So
yeah, going to be a false start.
Going to indicate false start probably on the near side receiver.
I don't know if it got quite to the delay game, but.
Yep, false start.
False start.
And I'm pretty sure I saw the near side receiver, LaShawn Braxton, move right before the snap. So I believe that's who it was called on. 10-17 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and it's now 1st and 15 for the Steelers at the 20-yard line. Waiting for them to break the huddle. The Wolfpack now back showing a 4-man front again. But I think Colton Rhodes, who's standing like in a middle linebacker position, he's the one who's going to move up and go to that nose spot when they come to the line. Here comes Lackawanna to the line, and there goes Rhodes. He's picking a side and just going up and filling a hole. Heavy set again. Heavy set to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. More under center. There's the snap. He drops back to pass. He's looking. He fires. He completes it to LaShawn Braxton, who gets around Carter Brink and gets a first down before Timothy White drags him down at the 40-yard line.
Josh, you said it best. You said you want the quarterback to have to beat you, and that's what CSP is going to force to happen right now. Good throw, though.
Moore, he did throw it short. Braxton had to come back for it. That wasn't the route. The route was an out, but Braxton curled underneath anyway and made a great catch.
So he was supposed to throw an out, and he threw a curl. Gotcha.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line for the Steelers. And now they come out in that heavy set to the right. Pack 5 men on the line. There's the snap. They give to Clark up the middle. And he gets away from 1 man, and Alex Barmore just grabs a hold of him, and by the time he drags him down, it's enough for about 15 yards and another Steeler first down.
Yeah, and there's no defense is going to stop that. It was a great defense, actually, by the Wolfpack on that, but that was all Clark.
You watch Alex Barmore. He does that to pretty much any running back he's going to face, and that guy's on the ground. But not Tyrone Clark. He's still going forward for 10 more yards. So 1st and 10 now at the 43 for the Steelers as their drive continues. 2nd first down of the game, of the drive for them. And Moore will be under center. Heavy set to the right again. Pack put 5 on the defensive line. There's the snap. Fakes. He's going to pass. He pulls back. He fires. And it's over the head of the receiver. Amir Douglas was the intended target. And I think Bryce Hinsdale had a better angle on that ball than Douglas did.
Yeah, I think Douglas was trying to turn that into a post, and I think the quarterback threw the corner.
Yeah, Hinsdale, I think maybe a second or two late getting his eyes to the ball, or he would have maybe caught that one for an interception in the end zone.
I tell you what, though, that was a long throw. He's got a good arm back there.
Yeah, and that's the first time we've seen Michael Moore take a shot more than 10 yards downfield. So we're at 8:50 to play in the 3rd quarter when he finally took a shot. So now on 2nd and 10, they'll come out in that same heavy set. Moore under center. Clark the deep man. And the give is to Clark to the left side. He breaks a couple tackles. And up to the 35-yard line, tackled there by Timothy White. And Clark is really just, 9-10 yards of carry every single time.
Yeah, I thought there was a block in the back there on Colton Rhodes, but not called.
3rd and 1 now for the Steelers. 8:20 to play in the third quarter. And same formation, strong to the right. And quarterback sneak. And guess what? The Pack sniff it out this time. And Carter Brink, among others, there to stop that one in the backfield. And coming off the bottom of the pile is Colin Ryan and Andrew Spiesman.
Yeah, good job defensively that time. And I have a hard time seeing the numbers there, but looks like Matthew Redlicki in on the tackle as well.
So 4th and 2 now for the Steelers at the 35-yard line. What do they do here?
Yeah, there's only one thing you're going to do. You're going to run that stretch right or that delay right is what's going to happen. And, you know, Clark's going to try to make as many guys miss as he can. Looks like they're going strong side left.
Different than what we've seen all the whole drive here.
I still think they're going to run it to the right, though.
There's the handoff to Clark right up the middle, and he's going to get the first down before being brought down.
Yeah, I think he fumbled it.
The football at the end. CSP
got it, I believe.
And they do. CSP recovers the fumble. Carter Brink. And now the refs are going to conference.
Yeah, it's going to be CSP's ball.
CSP gets the play they needed on defense right there. After giving up 3 first downs to Lackawanna, they come up with a huge defensive stop and get the fumble. And now their offense will have a chance to try to get this going for them.
Yeah, it's a big break again for CSP. A good drive that is stopped by CSP. But you got to be proud of your team if you're Coach Harper. That change in defense, what it's done is it's now forced you to force Lackawanna to be predictable in their play calling.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think these are the kind of changes we expected Ty to make it at halftime, Ty Harper. And so now we'll see what the offensive changes were as they come out and coming out under center. So there's an offensive change right there. And there's the snap. He moves to his right. He's got time, looking, throwing, and he overthrows Bryce Hinsdale, intercepted by Orlando Taylor III.
Yeah, what a job by Orlando Taylor III. Actually, the ball kind of went right into his arms, but it was overthrown, and it'll come right back to Lackawanna.
And Bryce Hinsdale was just a step or two away from being able to pull that one in and just overthrown just a little bit, and that mistake is going to cost the Wolfpack as they turn the ball back over to the Steelers now at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what really made that play happen was a name we haven't mentioned too much in this game, and that's Sam Ikegawanu, who was able to force that early throw, and that's what happened.
Take it out to the flat, and he initially had time to set his feet, and then Ikegawanu came flying through and chased him out of his position and made him throw off his back foot. So now the Steelers break their huddle. They'll go back to that strong to the left. They'll hand it off to the right, and Taylor gets past one man, and he gets past a couple more, and finally gets brought down after about 8 or 9 yards in a giant scrum with both teams having 5 or 6 players in the pile.
Yeah, we had 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. The score is 32-14. Lackawanna is leading CSP.
And it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Steelers now. You know, it continues to be the case every time Tyrone Clark carries the ball. It's 8 to 12 yards every single time. Reminiscent of a running back that Randolph had a couple of years ago who was just pounding the rock like that too.
Yeah, they like to run that off tackle to the right, and it's kind of been their bread and butter today.
6:30 to play in the third quarter. And the Wolfpack going to try and make another stand here as they pack the box again. There's the snap, handoff to Clark to the right side, and he gets around one man and runs out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. First down, Lackawanna. And Colton Rhodes almost got to him in the backfield, but one hand was not enough to bring down a running back like that.
Yeah, what you're going to have to do now, and this is kind of, you know, as the game progresses, you stack the middle like that, and he can just get outside quick, too, as he's showing now. You're almost going to want to bring a wide 9 on your left defensive end and force them to have to run the ball to the left side. Now, I'm not sure if he can cut the same way to the left as he can the right, but he's shown that running to the right is his preference.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think you might see CSP try to dial up some stuff with a corner blitz as well. They've done that in the past. More under center. There's the snap, the handoff to Clark to the left side. He's through the gap and caught there by Alex Barmore, brought down after a gain of 4 on the play.
And now it becomes about chewing some time off the clock.
And they certainly are, as it's down to 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And it's 2nd and 6 for the Steelers inside the 30-yard line at about the 24-yard line. Well, 23-yard line.
Yeah, I firmly expect them to keep coming back to Clark. No reason to throw the ball now.
Yeah, they're gonna stick with their bread and butter as long as it's working. Moore taking his time. Now he goes under center. There's the snap. He throws the wide receiver screen to Amir Douglas, and it's
That's
dropped.
available. Oh, I thought that was a backwards pass. I guess not.
Amir Douglas drops the wide receiver screen, and if it wasn't a backwards pass, it only wasn't by half a foot or so.
Yeah, from our angle, it might be a little bit off. Thought it was backwards, but.
3rd and 6 now for Lackawanna. And the Wolfpack trying to stand up and make another stop here.
So 5.5 up here in the third and 6.
Yep, our other broadcast team here is a pretty cool replay system. Was able to see it was a forward pass.
And Moore will be under center. They're strong to the right. Clark the deep back. Wolfpack crowd the box. They have 9 in the box. There's the handoff to Clark. He's initially hit in the backfield, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and now they finally bring him down. Carson Pinzock, the man who finally gets him, and Timothy White also there on the play. Carter Brink came out of the bottom of that pile, too. I don't even know where he came from.
But I tell you what, it was a perfect angle to see how good Clark really is. He made probably 3 or 4 moves in that half of a second that allowed him to gain those yards.
I'm not sure how many carries he has in this game, but I'm going to guess it's upward of 25 at this point. At some point, you can start worrying about wear and tear if you're Lackawanna.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they score here, I think you probably might see the end of his day.
More under center. There's the snap. The pitch to Clark, and he falls down in the backfield. Great coverage there by Carson Pinzock. And really a one-hand tackle there as he pushed him as he was falling over.
Yeah, slipped there a little bit on the grass and going to bring up 2nd down.
So 2nd and, let's call it 8, 2nd and goal for the Steelers. 4:30 to play here in the third quarter as this drive is ate up, I think, about 6 minutes worth of clock.
You know, Lackawanna's, I don't know if they played a defense as good as CSP at this year, but they have to be really pleased with how they've been able to move the ball against a really good defense.
More under center. There's the snap. The give to Clark on the right side. He's met in the backfield but breaks the tackle. Gets another one and finally brought down their, man, the Wolfpack really have to get 3 guys to him to slow him down.
Another amazing run by Clark, and they're going to be 3rd and goal.
Andrew Spiesman, the one who finally got a hold of his legs and took him off from underneath of him. Two Wolfpack members hit him in the backfield, but it wasn't enough by themselves. So 3rd and goal now at the 5-yard line?
Yep, pretty close. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the third quarter, 32-14. Lackawanna leads with the chance to put up some more now.
And the Wolfpack defense has been pretty good here in the third quarter, but Lackawanna just keeps pounding and pounding and pounding, and we'll see what happens here on 3rd down as they come back out in that strong, heavy formation to the right, and Clark the deep back. There's the snap. A passing play, Moore looking over the middle. He fires a flag on the play, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Orlando Taylor III. Flag in the backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be, I believe it's going to be on the defensive back.
Check it out. Chicken dinners now on sale.
Nope, going to come against Lackawanna.
50% reduction.
A hold.
Holding against Lackawanna. Now that's a tricky call there. I mean, it's 3rd and 5. Back them up 10 yards.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to back them up 10 yards because you know that they're not really wanting to throw the ball, even though they just did. But I still think you back them up.
They weren't going to kick a field goal anyway there. They were going to go for it on 4th down, right?
Yeah, I believe so. So I still think you back them up.
So they back them up, 3rd down again. And 3rd and 15, 3rd and goal for Lackawanna. 3:12 to play here in the third quarter in a 32-14 ball game. CSP trying to make a defensive stand to keep themselves in this thing. Even though they trail 18 so far this quarter, it is 0-0, and their defense has been strong.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird time in that play to see a flag for holding, but
it was definitely a late call, and on the opposite side of Aikegawanu. There's a shotgun snap to Moore. He's looking to throw. He does over the middle. He has a wide open man, and he hits Taylor for the touchdown.
I tell you what a well drawn up play, and another touchdown. And I'm going to be honest, I think there was more of a hold on that play than there was the previous one. But another touchdown for Lackawanna, and it is now 38-14, pending the 2-point attempt.
And it looks like the CSP defense was a man defense, but whoever had the assignment of that man was not in the secondary. So one guy completely unguarded as he went right over, basically right down the seam and caught that in the end zone.
Yep, well-drawn play, and, Moore has shown that he can make those passes, so maybe another dimension to this Lackawanna team.
And I'll say for their future, if he can start throwing the ball like that, they're going to get really, really good quick. Clark to the left side, met at the hole by the Wolfpack, and 2-point conversion is unsuccessful for the first time all day.
Boy, I tell you what, that was close. Yeah, one thing about Clark that I've noticed, his football IQ, is when he goes down, he doesn't go down and lose yards. He always falls forward.
Yeah.
And that time may have just been a little bit short, but 38-14 your score, 3:06 here left in the third quarter.
And the big thing I think for the Wolfpack now, as we talked about, is just don't roll over and let this thing be a blowout at this point. Go do something with it. Yeah, they gave up a touchdown here. It took Lackawanna almost the entire quarter to get one. And so now you come out with your offense and do something positive, and you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, so now what you're going to tell your team on this drive is let's get a little bit of positive momentum. The first thing you want to do is you want to hold the ball for the rest of the quarter. That's going to be your small victory. And then as you go into the fourth quarter, you're going to tell your team, okay, it's 0-0. Instead of winning a half, now let's go try to win a quarter. And that's all you can do at this point when you're coaching in a game where you're losing by 24 points.
Awaiting the kickoff now, and we've seen pooch kick after pooch kick from Lackawanna. I expect the same, and there it is. And actually a fairly deep kick. It's going to be fielded on the far side by Berchanowski. He breaks one tackle. He's off to the races, and another 20-yard return for Berchanowski. 3 of those today for him.
Yeah, one of the positive things I think in this game, Josh, is, Berchanowski has shown that he can return those.
And we saw earlier this season, Sawyer Whitney having some kind of splash plays on special teams, and now Berchanowski showing up to do the same thing. The future is maybe bright for the Wolfpack with all the 20 seniors that they're going to lose.
Yeah, it was crazy before the game, with the senior day here, announcing the 20 seniors that are on this CSP football team.
CSP offense on the field now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Cadney's in the shotgun, moving motion Hinsdale from left to right. There's the snap, a design quarterback run. There goes Cadney as he gets past the line. First down and more. He's got 15, and he's down at the 38-yard line. Got tripped up there. I think there was one more man to beat, and he would have been gone.
Yeah, I don't think Cadney's realized how fast the defender was behind him. Cadney's probably could have trucked that all the way. Took a little bit of a delay trying to set up a block ahead of him, but good job by Cadney's.
Nassim Dali, the linebacker, chased him down from behind. A great effort by him to actually catch up to Cadney, as we know he's a pretty quick quarterback. Hinsdale moving to the right. There's the snap. He looks to throw to his right. He fires, completes the pass, and it's up to Dalton Richter up to the 20-yard line where he gets dragged down for another CS, very close to a first down. It will be a first down.
Yep, and that's what you're doing. You're coming out now and trying to keep the ball for this quarter and win some drives and get some positive momentum going in the next week.
2 real positive offensive plays there, 2 first downs for the Wolfpack, 2:27 to play in the third, and they have 1st and goal in the red zone. Cadney's in the shotgun, 2 wide to the right, to the left, and they'll send Carson Pinzock across, or Dalton Richter, I'm sorry. Cadney's on the quarterback run again to the left side, and he takes on the safety and wins the battle up to the probably 11-yard line. And DeAndre Jones came up to meet him in the hole, and I guess this in the second level, and Tate was not afraid of the contact. 2nd and 1 now for the Wolfpack. Tate again in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's looking to throw, still looking. Here comes the pressure now. He's going to get chased out of the backfield. He gets away from one man all the way back to his left, fires it up to the end zone, and it's knocked away from Carter Brink, and he looks hurt. So 3 Wolfpack players in the middle of the end zone, and Carter Brink was the one who went up for it, and he was hit as he was in the air. Slow to get up, but he is back to his feet. And unfortunate there, as I think
2nd and 1.
They'll take a official timeout here to get Carter off the field. He is walking. There's nothing major here, it looks like, but he is not a happy camper.
Yeah, he doesn't like coming out of the game.
And he took a high shot. I'm not sure if the replay showed exactly where he took it, but it was definitely in the upper body.
Yeah, I think it was a good defensive play all around. Guys battling for the ball.
Great job by Kent. Needs to
So-
extend the play. And
Here comes Carter Brink off the field.
2-on-2, and that was a traffic
Oh,
collision right there.
that's Dalton Richter. It wasn't Carter Brink, it was Dalton Richter. So
Gotcha. So Dalton Richter, he didn't want to come out of the game either.
no, he did not. Once he took his helmet off, I could tell who it was. The 8 looked like a 0 from where we were at from our angle. So the Wolfpack will get a free timeout out of this one, and it'll be 2nd and 1. Is there a flag on the far side over by the yard marker? He just picked it up. So there was a flag, but it was picked up by the official.
So it's going to be 3rd down in the yard here.
And it is 3rd and 1 with 1:44 to play here in the 3rd. Waiting for the officials to get everything reset. Telling the Lackawanna coach to get off the field and the CSP coaches to get off the field.
A minute 44 here left in the 3rd quarter. 38-14 is the score. CSP trying to drive and put it in the end zone.
And there's still more conversation. Not sure exactly what we're waiting to get reset, but here we go. Catney's in the shotgun, 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. That's Hinsdale by himself. Finally ready to go, and now they'll shift everybody and switch it. It'll be Hinsdale by himself to the left and everybody else to the right.
Quarterback keeper.
There's the snap. Tate moving to his right. Here comes Ikegawanu. He's going to get past him and get to the edge, and he'll get the first down, and he gets hit so hard his helmet comes off, and there's a flag on the play and another flag. Tate got hit from behind. It might have been a horse collar, and his helmet went flying.
So it'll be a personal foul against the Steelers.
Personal foul, Lackawanna.
Wow, that was quite a crazy exchange of events right there.
Yeah, a little bit tough there.
So personal foul against the Steelers will be half the distance to the goal, and I think they're at the 5, so it'll be 2.5 yards.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything egregious here from the look on the replay, but that's a fast play, and yeah, it's tough.
You see a quarterback's hat pop off, you're going to probably throw your flag just because you think you should.
Yeah, that's tough. It's two athletes running full speed, and again, nothing egregious on that play, so a personal foul, I guess you have to call it on that one.
So Tate in the shotgun, 1st and goal from the 2. He's got Colin Ryan with him in the backfield. Richter crossing. There's the snap and tries the quarterback run, but man, that defensive line came quickly. Ikegawanu, J.C. Hill McLaughlin also there for the Steelers.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a missed assignment or if I don't know what happened on that one, but the whole D-line was able to get through on that one.
Yeah, it seemed like they came. I mean, they did bring the blitz from the right side there, but they came fast and furious. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 10. There's the snap. Catney's looking to his left, now moving to his right. He's got pressure. He throws it up, and it's intercepted at the 6-yard line. And that's Nassim Dali.
And with Nassim Dali, earlier in this drive, he caught Tatnese from behind and was able to tackle him on that quarterback run around midfield that could have ended in a touchdown. So,
but do you know who's responsible for that interception? Sam Ikegawanu. The pressure up the middle, right in Catney's face, forced the bad throw, and Ikegawanu is the reason that play just happened. There's a minute left in the 3rd, and someone's down on their sideline.
44 chicken dinners remain.
He got up. It wasn't Kegawanu, actually, who was down over there. So he's off the field now, though. So a minute to play in the 3rd. It's 38-14. The Steelers have the ball back at the 8-yard line. And the Wolfpack defense back out there. And again, another long drive for the Wolfpack, but no points to show for it. Very reminiscent of the Waverly game.
Yep, and Lackawanna now with a chance to drive downfield again.
Lackawanna taking every bit of time that they can here as Moore finally comes back out.
I think that's
First and 10, Lackawanna.
Yeah, looks like
in their own half of the field.
they're still going to have Tyrone Clark at tailback, so no pulling the starting back here. But Akegawanu is not out there on the offensive line. Hand off to Clark to the right side, and he's met there and brought down by a bunch of Wolfpack players led by Brian Gomez.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised to still see Clark out there.
But he's got to be over 30 carries at this point, and you start worrying about wear and tear. He's probably got 200 and something yards. Maybe that's why they're trying to get him over 200 yards or something like that. But you know, he's got a ton of yards, he's got a ton of carries, and you start worrying about just the number of impacts in a non-league game or non-class game for him.
30 seconds left here in the third quarter. 38-14 is the score. Lackawanna leads CSP.
And the Wolfpack, 4-man front this time. Hand off to Clark to the right. Colin Ryan is there, and he holds on as a bunch of his teammates pile on to bring down Clark after a short gain. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter, and we're going to send you to commercial here on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartanburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play. CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is powered by Lictus Oil and Propane and Climber. Family-owned, Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for being a major sponsor of CSP Sports.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack football is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services and Climber, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
And we welcome you back into Jack Keenan Community Field here in Panama as the score is 38-14 here at the start of the fourth quarter. And the Wolfpack in the third quarter slowed down the Lackawanna assault, allowing only one touchdown in that quarter. And, you know, as a team, they seem to be, you know, up to the challenge, and they're not giving up on this fight. Lackawanna still has their starters in the game, with the exception of Aikagawanu, who came out after that last series and took his helmet off on the sideline. I would assume that means he's done for the day.
Yeah, I would believe that you are right. We head now here into the fourth quarter. 38-14 is the score. Lackawanna leads. A chance for CSP, though, to get a defensive stop here in 3rd and 5.
As soon as we say Akegawanu's out for the day, he comes right back in the game. And Colton Rhodes almost beats him. And Moore's pass just past LaShawn Braxton. What would have been about a 30-yard completion if he would have caught that thing. But, yeah, so Akegawanu back out there. Colton Rhodes almost beat him on that play.
Yeah, I tell you what, that would have been a 91-yard touchdown there if it was just a little bit overthrown to the receiver. I believe that was LaShawn Braxton.
Yes, it was. So 4th and 4 now for the Steelers. Definitely not 4th and 6, Doc. 4th and 4 for the Steelers. And they're on their own 12-yard line. This is a tough situation for them. Michael Moore looks like he's going to be doing the punting duties, the quarterback. Back for CSP is Hinsdale and Brink. 11:56 to play in the game here, waiting for the snap. There it is. Moore fields the ball, gets the kickoff, and it's going to fall at about the 40, bounce a couple times, and kind of die right there at about the 40-yard line, and that's where CSP will start their drive.
Yeah, so it's a weird situation here. You've got 11:47. You're down by 24. If you do the math, that's 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions. That's without Lackawanna scoring at all. Do you just try to take a home run shot here?
I think so. I mean, you're on their 40. You know, it's not like you're back in your own end or anything, so why not line up and throw that deep pass to Carter Brink or one of those guys?
Yep, if you're going to do that, you need to come out with 2 running backs in the backfield to help block.
I think and look at everyone's in tight right now. All three receivers tight on the left side. This could be a great out route kind of situation for Carter. They hand it off up the middle to Colin Ryan. And Colin Ryan breaking a couple tackles, getting a first down for the Wolfpack. They finally ran the ball.
Yeah, Colin Ryan showing his own Tyrone Clark moves.
Nice spin move there towards the end of that. Waiting for the spot, but he certainly got the yard to gain to get the first down. And they will move the chains as the clock ticks under 11:30 to play in this one. 38-14 Lackawanna leads the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I kind of thought we'd see a little bit more of that in this game, those quick hitters up the middle.
And Cadney's looking to throw to his left. He goes a deep shot to the end zone. It's caught for a CSP touchdown. And I believe Dalton Richter on the reception. A 29-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah,
the Wolfpack clawing back.
Yeah, through that deep route. And we thought it was going to happen on the previous play, but, maybe you set it up by running that.
So Carter Brink on the reception. He and Dalton Richter, the 8 and the 0 keep getting crossed it for me. Carter Brink with that one, though. And that's his second touchdown reception of the game.
Yep.
So the Wolfpack now back within 18 as they get ready for their 2-point conversion attempt.
I'm not saying it's set in stone, but possibility.
And now they're out for the extra 2-point conversion. Hand off to the right side, and they do not get the yard to gain. Stop in the backfield, I think, is Timothy White on the carry.
Yeah, not so sure why you'd.
So they trail 18 now with 11:15 to play, clawing their way back into this in the second half. That's seems to be a much closer game in the second half.
Yeah, I think CSP has come out with the opportunity to try to win the half and keep the score respectable. It's 38-20.
And you wonder if they're going to try some trickery here and go for the onside kick again. Special teams out there having a little conversation at the 35-yard line.
Well, I think if you get that 2-point conversion, you do it. But not getting that 2-point conversion, I think I would just kick it deep and force your defense out there again to maybe try to make another stop.
And just waiting for the refs to get everything set here. Deep for Lackawanna is Tyrone Clark Jr. is not out there again. Amir Douglas is by himself, and now they're sending someone else out in Clark's position. And it's number 22. That's DeAndre Jones. And here comes Hinsdale. Kick is away, a deep one, and it's going to go towards Jones. He will field it at his own 5-yard line. He's up to the 10, the 15. He's up to the 20-yard line, breaks the tackle, and he's going to get to about the 25-yard line where he's brought down by Sawyer Whitney.
Yeah, I agree with the kicking it deep there, and I agree to kicking it right to Jones. You hadn't seen him yet.
Flag on the play. And I think they're going to get a block in the back on Lackawanna there. There was a late hit that came across when he broke the first tackle. And it is. So that's going to back Lackawanna up into their own end now.
Yep, and that's part of the reason why I think you kick it deep there.
And so now after the penalty, they will back up the ball to the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 at their own 10. 11-10 to play here in the game, an 18-point lead for the Steelers. And the Wolfpack defense will have to try and stop them once again here.
1st and 10 Steelers from their own 9-yard line.
Do not see Tyrone Clark Jr. out on the field.
Yeah,
Douglas at
don't
tailback.
either, yep.
So maybe he's reached that number of carries like we were talking about, that they're just not going to keep pounding him. Amir Douglas, just as good of an athlete now at tailback. There's the snap. They're going to throw the wide receiver screen to the left side, and he is caught and tackled immediately. Great single-player effort there by the cornerback on that side, Jordan Mescal.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a fundamental tackle. He lowered his shoulder, kept his head up, made a good tackle through the hips.
2nd and 4 for Lackawanna. That little wide receiver screen kind of caught everybody off guard as they've just been running, so they were able to pick up 6 on that play. They break their huddle now with 10:30 to play in the game. And Moore will be under center again. Douglas is the tailback. Handoff is to Douglas right up the middle, and he powers forward, still powering forward. He'll get the first down for the Steelers, pushing a pile of several players there far enough to get the first down.
Yeah, good job there by Douglas. Was able to keep his legs moving and drive the pile.
So now they'll get a 1st and 10 at the 21 or 22-yard line. And if the Wolfpack could get a stop here quickly, man, they could change the whole outlook of this thing. But Lackawanna is just going to keep pounding the rock and running the clock.
Yeah, we had just about 10 minutes left here in the game, 38-20. Lackawanna leads CSP.
More under center. And there's movement on the offensive line. Every single official throws his flag.
Yeah, I think that one's on the center. I don't think he snapped it when he was supposed to.
So that'll back up the Steelers here on 1st down. And that false start all started with the linebacker creeping up to the line of scrimmage to make it a 5-man front. And I think that was Colin Ryan who did that. So now it'll be 1st and 15 for the Steelers. 9:50 to play in the game. And they are taking their time talking with the sideline. They're going to use up every bit of this clock that they can here. Finally breaking the huddle, and they'll come to the line. Moore under center.
So again, Moore will be under center here.
Douglas the deep back. He drops back to throw, throws it deep to the left, to the left side, and it's caught. Caught for the first down by number 18, Kobe Underwood.
I tell you what, that was a good jump and catch.
That's called catching the ball at the highest point.
Excellent catch.
And they'll get up to about the 45-yard line and a first down for the Steelers with Kobe Underwood's big catch. And 9:17 on the clock.
So what's happening right now for Lackawanna, what they're doing is they're trying to use some of the other plays that they've practiced. They have an opportunity with a pretty big lead in the game to be able to use some live reps for these plays against a good defense.
There's the snap, a pitch to Douglas. Douglas to the right side, and he's hit hard there, breaks one tackle, and Bryce Hinsdale feels the hole. He gets past him, and finally Colin Ryan brings him down at the original line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss of 1 on the play. And he broke a lot of tackles to not go anywhere.
Yeah, that was a hard-earned 1-yard loss.
1-yard loss on the play.
2nd and 11 now for the Steelers as we tick down to 8:30 to play in this one. 38-20 is the score. Lackawanna leads. And here comes Moore back to his huddle. Again, taking their time, using up every bit of the clock that they can. Still have all their offensive line starters in, Ikeguanu among others, still in there protecting Moore and trying to lead the way for Amir Douglas. There's the snap. They look for the wide receiver screen. Intercepted! And the Wolfpack read that wide receiver screen perfectly and pick it off on the far side. And that was Carter Brink. Carter Brink on the play for the Wolfpack. Picks that ball off, and the Wolfpack will now start at the Lackawanna 32-yard line. Maybe 34, and 8 minutes to play. CSP ball.
Yeah, that was a bait play. So the defense kind of took a step back. The quarterback thought he had that avenue. On the snap, the defender ran towards where the ball was going to go, and that's what you call a bait and switch.
So you asked about taking a shot on the last series. Do they take a shot here?
Yeah, you almost have to right now.
37 chicken dinners remain.
There we go.
You've got to take that shot now, and now you're an onside kick every time you get a point right now.
They start off quad to the right, and they audible out of it. Now it'll be 3 wide to the left. Colin Ryan joins Catneys in the backfield.
Here comes that corner.
There's the snap. He looks to throw. It's the wide receiver screen to Hinsdale. He catches it, gets a few yards on the play before being dragged down. And that's his 3rd reception of the day for Bryce.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough time really to throw these these short patterns if you're trying to climb back in the game.
And watching the clock here, from the moment that ball was caught till the time they snap, we'll see how far it goes. So far, already 10 seconds have run off. Now they go back to the huddle. They break the huddle. We're at 15 seconds run off. Catney's in the shotgun, 2 wide to both sides. 20 seconds ran off. So 25 seconds between the plays. Quarterback run to the right side. And Catney's short gain on a play, gain of 3. And 7 minutes to play now in the game.
And that was a design quarterback run, and you could tell because when Hinsdale ran across the field, he's supposed to bring somebody with him defensively, but Lackawanna didn't fall for it. They kept everybody staying where they were, so it wasn't man coverage. And no one was able to go with him to leave that open gap up the middle, so that's why it didn't work.
3 wide to the right. They motion to an empty backfield. There's the snap. Good pressure right up the middle on the screen. Here comes Barmore. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks another, and he's going to be up about 4 or 5 on the play.
Yep, and the design on that play is to get your blockers out in front early, but you have to be careful you don't get too far downfield on that pass. The blockers bailed, let the defenders come in to create that zone where that pass was completed.
4th and 3 now for the Wolfpack. We're ticking down to about the 6-minute mark. And they'll come out showing a offense with 2 backs in the backfield, and Catney's under center. He does snap the ball. He rolls out to his right. He has time. He turns it up, throws the ball. It's caught for a CSP touchdown. Is that Carter Brink again?
Wow, that was an amazing throw, an amazing catch.
And Cat needs to.
And it was.
Cat needs to Brink again.
And I do believe that was Mescal that caught it.
And the other announcing crew does not believe it was Brink. Oh, it was Jordan. Jordan Mescal on the reception.
So it cuts deficit down to 12, 38.
They have better glasses than we do.
I guess so. So a 4th touchdown pass for Tate on the day. And it's 38-26 now. Here we go for 2-point conversion to make this a 10-point game. Catney's in the shotgun. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Motioning 1 man across the formation. There's the snap. He's rolling to his right, takes off running now, and he's going to head for the corner and just walk right in for the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, we go from a 24-point game to a 10-point game. Wolfpack not giving up on this one.
Yeah, and I tell you what, just any of those 2-point conversions that they had not been able to get yet, and this game's a 1-possession game. Being a 2-possession game now with 5:56 left here, you have to go for the onside kick. You don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, too short of clock to do anything else. What's interesting here, now I see Tyrone Clark Jr. back out on the field, so they weren't going to take any more time with him off the field.
Yeah, I was interested to see what they were going to do as, CSP brings it to a 2-possession game. Do they bring Clark back in? And, of course, you do. Now, you could say, well, they're bringing him back in to seal the game. But when you've sat for a little bit of time like Clark did, it does take a little bit of your rhythm off.
Rhythm and did you tighten up?
Yeah,
his
your
legs a little
tighten.
tight. We'll see what happens here as Hinsdale gets ready to kick. And Douglas and Clark are deep for Lackawanna. They put, looks like the hands guys up here on the first line, with the exception of Ali Sahid, who's the defensive lineman there. Here comes the Hinsdale kick, and it is an onside attempt. It's going to pooch kick, actually, received at the 40, and tackle made there by the Wolfpack. So with 5:53 to play, it's 38-28, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Lackawanna Steelers.
Yeah, instead of a pooch kick there, I think if you're going to kick it at all, you got to kick it deep then.
Do you think the pooch kick is an attempt at a onside that he maybe just caught a little too low on the ball?
It could be. It definitely could be. But I think you either you drive it into the ground or you kick it deep. But
Wolfpack defense going to have to stand up and make a play pretty quickly here if they're going to have another shot at this thing. 5:53 to play in the 4th quarter. Pack down by 10, 38-28. Lackawanna will start at the 40-yard line. There's the snap, handoff to the left side. It's Clark. He cuts it back further to the left side. He's met in the backfield, and the Wolfpack are all over him.
Yeah, good job of the Wolfpack there. They really haven't run the ball to the left very well. Lackawanna has not. They've run to the right very well, so I expect that to be their approach.
What's interesting about that is Sammy Akegawanu is on the left side. So they run away from Lackawanna. Clock is ticking, down under 5.5 minutes now, and Lackawanna taking their time.
Yeah, Lackawanna, who's playing both offense and defense, you wonder also, if he may be starting to wear down a little bit.
Lackawanna now on the right side, this time at tackle. So they moved him. They may be moving him to the wide side of the field. Snap, handoff to the left side. It's Clark. He's hitting the hole. Colton Rhodes not letting go and drags him down after a gain of 3.
Nice gain on the play.
Having a good job there.
Colton Rhodes was just not letting that go any further than it did, and he just planted his feet and took the running back down.
The CSP team has a lot of pride, and they want to play this game till they're 0-0 on the clock.
3rd and 5, big play here with 4.5 minutes to play. 38-28, Lackawanna leads.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that wide receiver screen here with the box again.
There's the snap, a handoff to the left side. It's Clark. He gets past one guy, but he did not get the first down, or didn't appear he did.
The spot's going to be a good spot. He's actually, it depends.
CSP certainly says he didn't get it. The Lackawanna team says he did. The spot looks short. It looks about a half a yard short. They're going to call a timeout and bring the chains out. Kind of a pivotal moment here.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot.
Let me ask you a question. If you're Lackawanna, leading by 10, if it's 4th and an inch, are you lining up and running that quarterback sneak again?
Nope, I'm going to line up, try to draw him off sides, and I'm going to punt it. So that's why they'll probably go for the quarterback sneak, because that's what I would do.
Waiting for the chains to come out to measure this one.
But let's be honest, we're talking about the guy who plays Madden with no controllers in his battery half the time. So.
And they stretch the chains out. Here we go. And it is short. And it is 4th down.
Yep.
And the Wolfpack faithful that have remained through this when they were down by 24 are pretty excited right now.
So here's exactly what you do. And this is what Coach from Lackawanna is going to do. He's going to come out. They're going to get under center. Everybody's going to be tight. They're going to try to draw him off sides. And then they're not going to do it. They're going to call timeout and then punt the ball. That's what you want to do. But what you tell the quarterback is, if you see anybody not lined up over your center or you see a gap on either side, you snap that ball.
Yeah, just run that sneak. Here we go. And they do line up in everyone on the line formation. There's the snap, and it is the quarterback sneak. And he fell forward. It looks like gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, it was I'm surprised that they didn't try to draw him off sides. They did line up tight like I thought they would. And I think what happened was it was his second effort that I was able to give him the first down.
3:51 remaining on the clock. It is running. And kind of almost feel like that was the last chance for the Wolfpack to actually have a real chance of getting back to this one. But now you still got to try and make a stop, maybe go down and score again, make it a one-score game. That's a pretty fair score against a team this good.
Yeah, I agree. I think CSP's actually played very well throughout the majority of the game. They've had some opportunities where they didn't put points on the board when they got deep in Lackawanna territory, and you can't beat a good team like that.
I think they left 3 scores on the board. There was 3 times they were in the red zone and didn't score today. Lackawanna 1st and 10 at the CSP 47-yard line. They line up. And more under center. There's the snap. The give to Clark on the left side. He is hit after a gain of a couple and brought down, gain of 3 on the play.
Yep, and a good job by Clark to not get out of bounds. He wanted to stay in bounds so the clock runs and force CSP to use their timeouts.
And there's their first timeout with 2:57 to play. And with that timeout, I think we're also going to go to timeout here on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
Support for Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Utegg's Body Shop in Corry, offering collision repair and refinishing along with frame straightening services. 699 East Smith Street in Corry or at uteggsbodyshop.com. Phone 814-663-2562. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Utegg's Body Shop for their support.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack football is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Welcome back to Panama as the snap's underway. The handoff is to Clark. He'll move up to the right, makes one man miss, and gets down near another first down.
And that carry, pretty strong run there by Lackawanna, but a flag on the play. They're going to call it a hold against Lackawanna.
And that will stop the clock.
Significant penalty there to give CSP another chance at this. And they mark off the penalty.
It'll be a holding against the Steelers.
And so now it'll be 2nd and 15 for Lackawanna.
So 2:56 left. A holding penalty on the Steelers.
They run the clock after the penalty.
It'll make it a 2nd and 17.
And they're finally back to the line. Moore will be under center. There's the snap. The give to Clark to the right side. Holding there on Barmore. And Clark takes off, but it's not going to matter. He'll go for the touchdown. It's coming all the way back with the holding on Sam Ikeguwanu. How about that?
Yeah, Clark actually knew it as he started running down about the 15-yard line. He kind of slowed up a little bit, like, well, I'm still going to get in the end zone.
Wolfpack stopped chasing him. I think that was probably the tell. How about Ikeguwanu, though, giving up the big holding call there? 2 penalties in a row now on Lackawanna.
Yeah, so these penalties, they've really hurt Lackawanna throughout this game. This game could be a 20 or 30-point game right now. Lackawanna's kind of put themselves in a tough position a few times, couple fumbles, and some holding penalties.
So now it'll be 2nd and 25 for Lackawanna. And there's Tyrone Clark is down at the 5-yard line. Tyrone Clark is injured on the field. I don't think anyone saw him. He was sitting way down here at the 5-yard line by himself.
Looks like he has a cramp. His leg sitting up.
That's what we talked about, though. Go over there and get your muscles cold and then come back out, and it doesn't always go your way.
Yeah, he had ran all that way, and he was running in full speed, and he got all the way down to the end there, and he's asking for a little bit of a hand up. And I believe it was a cramp.
And I'll walk him across the field now. He's back up on his feet.
I'll say this. You can't see this on the camera view, but the first person down there was Coach from CSP.
Oh, yeah,
Clark,
Coach Harper ran right down to him.
Yeah, Coach Harper was the first man down there, so you love the sportsmanship. Both teams have shown all game long, to be honest. This has been a battle. When you're on the field and you're in a close game and then not close game and then close game, emotions are high. But all the students that are playing in this game today have shown great emotions and great teamwork and spirit. And you love to see that, especially at this level.
Absolutely. I don't think you see enough of it. You see so many unsportsmanlike conduct and personal fouls. The only ones we've seen in this game were on the coaching staffs, I believe. So Wolfpack coming back out to play defense now. Coach Harper asking some questions of the officials.
Yeah, with the injury, the clock should not start now.
I think that was the clarification he was seeking, as the Steelers now return to the line of scrimmage for 2nd and almost 30, 2nd and 27. And Moore under center. He drops back, hands it off to Amir Douglas, and Amir
another
Douglas
hold
off to the left side, and another flag on the play.
There's another hold. That one's going to be on the center.
And this is interesting what's happening right now. One ref signaling to run the clock, another ref signaling there's a penalty. Very confused. The clock shouldn't be running if there's a penalty. And the fans are letting the clock operator know. It's not his fault. The ref told him to run it. Ty Harper says 3.5 minutes back on the clock, please.
Change quarters.
And so a third penalty on this drive for Lackawanna. They're now going to be faced with 2nd and 32 or 33.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have to get to Corry to get a first down now.
The thing is, with their home run hitters, they could. So
and they'd still beat me back there.
Yeah. So that's the part you have to watch for here. Obviously, Tyrone Clark on the sideline after the cramp. Amir Douglas will be the tailback here. I'm waiting for them to reset the ball, as they haven't moved it back yet.
Probably the hardest job of all these people, besides the officials, is the clock operator. because they will be the ones that get yelled at if it's 1 second off.
Everyone gives him the business, no matter what they do. It's a tough job. And right now he's got 20 minutes on the clock, so he's catching it again. Now we're at 2:23. I think you might be okay. It's going to be second and a whole lot. I think it's 33. That's what I counted. Their coach is out asking some questions and seems to be content with the answer. He's now leaving the field. Although, well, the White Hat's not happy with him.
Yep. They don't want another flag. They might be snapping the ball from the trees.
And they're still arguing over what the clock should be.
Timeout, CSP.
Yeah, and the timeout is actually, it's a smart timeout. Now, I know it's a dead ball timeout, but the reason you do it is you want to make sure that this clock is right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, give them time to fix it.
And I think they were going to snap at it.
So 2:23 is what it's on the clock right now. CSP is trying to get a stop here, get the ball back. They've used 2 timeouts now. They got 1 left, and it's only second down. That's the biggest negative they have going for them.
Yeah, and so, and the reason I say it was a smart timeout, because I believe once they positioned that ball again, they were going to start the clock. And I think that's where some of the confusion was. What they have to remember is this came off of, well, actually the injury was on the previous play. So this is the 3rd straight play with a holding call, and the clock would have started on the set of the ball.
Exactly. So 38-28, 2:23 to play. Second and the scoreboard says second and 40. I think it's second and 30. Yeah, it's second and 35. So Lackawanna now getting to the line. It's going to be Douglas has the tailback. Moore under center. There's the snap. The give to Douglas. He's met in the backfield, breaks 1 tackle, gets to the edge, breaks another tackle, and now they stack him up, and he's still on his feet.
Did they push him out of bounds?
They might have shoved him out of bounds. They say the clock's running, and there's the timeout from Ty Harper. His final timeout. 2:05 to play, 2:09? 2:09 on the clock. So 3rd and a mile still for Lackawanna. 2:09 on the clock. You have to assume they're going to run the ball here so they can get the full 40 seconds off the clock.
Sure.
So CSP hypothetically gets the ball back with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Time enough to score 1. Maybe try that onside kick again.
Either way, you really have to give CSP their props for sticking around in this game and even making the final 2 minutes and 9 seconds, you know, worth the hype and worth the watch. They've done a good job to keep themselves in it.
And we're looking for that Crotty Chevrolet player of the game. It's going to be hard to talk me out of Tate Cadney's right now with 4 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, I don't think that anything is going to change it. For me, I agree with you 100%. He's played an amazing game. He did have an interception on an overthrow, but he was being pressured by somebody who's probably going to play D1. And, you know, he's done a good job running the ball, too, and making good decisions most of the day.
Definitely been a leader for his team today, no doubt about it. And so he'll likely be our Crotty Chevrolet player of the game unless something crazy happens in the last 2 minutes here.
Do want to give honorable mention to the scoreboard operator, though.
Doing his best given the situation. Wolfpack defense back out there on 3rd and 30. 3rd and another zip code according to Doc. And here comes Lackawanna.
Oh, Doc, we love you. 3rd and a zip code.
And I'll tell you what, the crowd's still fired up for this thing. Down 10 with 2 minutes to play. You think everybody would have went home, but they haven't. They're here watching the Wolfpack. Lackawanna now calls a timeout.
So still 2:09 left in.
And I think they want to see how CSP defense lined up and then call the timeout again.
Yeah, so what I would do if I was Lackawanna, I would run the ball as far as I could sideways before I head upfield. That way you take off as much time as you can. I know it sounds kind of silly, but football is really a game of seconds. And when it's only a 10-point game, and CSP's already shown in this game they can score twice in a couple minutes, you want to take off as much time as you can. I don't think you run it straight at the middle. I think you run it to the side, get upfield, stay in bounds. That's what's on your mind if you're Lackawanna right now.
And here come both teams back to the ball. The ball is marked at the 34-yard line of the Steelers. And here we go. Switching their tackles. They've always put Lackawanna on the wide side. He comes to our side of the field. Quarterback in the shotgun. There's the snap. It's a quarterback-designed run. He gets up the middle, and he's tackled immediately. And the Wolfpack makes the play. And it's Colin Ryan getting in there. And that clock is ticking now.
Yeah, I don't think you took enough time off that if you're Lackawanna.
No sideways run like you asked for. He ran right up the middle, right to contact. And they're getting ready to punt it away here to the Wolfpack. It looks to me like Lackawanna's going to run the clock right down to no time on the play clock and call a timeout here.
Yeah, I agree. That's the right call here. Yeah, it's either you do that or you take the delay game, one of the two. Probably call the timeout.
Waiting. And getting close to the end of the play clock now.
So that official right there who's checking his hand as you see him moving in and out, he's actually doing the final 10-second countdown before the delay game. And that's how the quarterback knows. Without a play clock, you look for the official to start shifting his arm.
So there's 1:17 remaining after that timeout. CSP is going to get the ball back here down 10. And, you know, you've mentioned a few times, how about the fight of the Wolfpack? And then we also talked at halftime about winning the second half. So far, so good for the Wolfpack in the second half. They've ran down this Lackawanna team who does look tired. And we'll see what they can do here with the final minute and 17 seconds.
Yeah, I think, you know, Lackawanna's played a lot of teams this year where they've just steamrolled them. And I think Lackawanna's learned a little bit about themselves in this game as well. They've been able to throw the ball on a few occasions. And, you know, Lackawanna will definitely use that moving forward as well.
More back to punt. There's the snap. CSP going to try and block. They almost get there. Good punt received at the 30. Here comes Hinsdale. He's up to the 40, the 45, and ran out of bounds at about the 49, maybe 48-yard line. And that's where the Wolfpack will start with 1:06 to play.
Yep, so from here for CSP, what you have to do is you've got to take a couple plays, get 5, or maybe get 7 to 10 yards on some outs, get out of bounds, give yourself a chance to throw it deep into the end zone. You need to score quick. You need to score within the next 30 seconds to really give yourself a chance.
We'll see what happens here. Lackawanna back out on the field for the defense. And the Wolfpack comes out with 2 running backs and pretty much in tight formation, 2 tight ends. Waiting for now. They're all gonna audible out of those positions. Catney's under center. There's the snap. He fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, fires. He has a man, but he overthrows Carter Brink. Second down. I'll tell you what, if you hit that one, that was probably a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you come out with the play action, though. The play action at this point is not really going to fool anybody.
They don't expect you to run the ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, but maybe it's how the play's designed, and it takes that extra second for that route to develop.
It allows Brink to release, right, to get away from the defender. There's the snap. Catney's back to pass, looking, steps up, fires just over Hinsdale's head, incomplete, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, that pass was better incomplete, though, because you complete that pass and you get 3 yards and you take another 15 seconds off the clock doesn't really help you.
Down to 58 to play, 58 seconds remaining in this one. 38-28, Lackawanna leads, and the Wolfpack facing 3rd and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, I think on this play right now, you need to run that 10-yard out. You need to be able to get the ball, catch it, get out of bounds, and then you need to take a shot at the end zone.
2 wide to either side. Catney's in the shotgun. There's the snap. He looks left. He's looking right. Now he's running, and he's going to take off with the football and get tackled after a gain of 4 on the play. And that clock is ticking.
Yeah, Cadney's did everything he could. Nobody was open downfield.
Wolfpack calling a play. There goes Carter Brink, the last one to get back on sides. There's the snap. Catney's takes a low snap. He fires it. He has Hinsdale, and he throws an interception just in front of Hinsdale. And it's coming back the other way. And the interception made by DeAndre Jones. He's ran out of bounds at the 46, and that'll do it for today's game.
But I tell you what, and what a great game by both teams today. You know, very impressed with this Lackawanna team. They were as advertised. Definitely impressed with number 53, Sam Akegawanu, and also number 1, Tyrone Clark. Even Michael Moore, I think, I was pretty impressed with. Also impressed with CSP, though, Josh.
I think CSP showed the fight that they have in them, and this is the kind of team that you want going down the stretch. You lost to a B school that was undefeated coming in, that won 8 games last year. There's nothing to hang your heads about in this one, and I think both teams learned an awful lot about themselves.
Yeah, I definitely think we had the chance to see some D1 guys here from Lackawanna. Clark and, definitely, and Sam Akegawanu, I think definitely are both D1 potential guys.
You see Akegawanu just kneeled the ball down? They had him in at quarterback, and he kneeled the ball down in the victory formation. How about that one? That's a little different. But that kneel down does end this thing. Final score is 38-28. Crotty Chevrolet player of the game we're going to give to Tate Cadneys with his 4 touchdown passes. We don't have his exact stats on passing yards, but he had a lot of them. And he found all of his receivers down the field, including hitting Bryce 3 times and I believe Carter 5 times, according to the stats I kept.
Yeah, what a game. What a job by CSP. We talked about the adjustments at halftime. They made some. They came out. I think they won the second half, Josh, and that's all you could ask for from Coach Harper telling his team, great job by Lackawanna, great job by CSP. Thank you for entertaining us with this football game today.
Yeah, excellent game. CSP will look to bounce back next week at homecoming in Sherman against Lakeshore, who's a 1-4 team. And Lackawanna will head home for, they have a home stretch against Springville and Olean, a couple other pretty decent B schools. So they have a tough road for the rest of the way. We thank you guys for joining us. We thank our sponsors for helping us make this broadcast possible on the 98.9 Sports Stream.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by the Corry Federal Credit Union, Lictus Oil and Propane, Meerhoffs Furniture and Appliance, Jim's Automotive, Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, and Daniels Electric, Necker's General Store, the Cornerstone Restaurant, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services, Sherman Country General Store, Triple E Manufacturing, Tina Dill's Real Estate Agent, Crotty Chevrolet, Utegg's Body Shop, Countertop Solutions, J. Edwards Insurance. Join us next time for all the action, channel989.org.